Welcome to Canada Life Centre in downtown Winnipeg, Manitoba, where the Winnipeg Sea Bears and Vancouver Bandits will be battling it out for the top spot in the Western Division. Good evening, I'm Tegan Rasha, and thanks for joining us. The Winnipeg Sea Bears are coming off a historic night that saw Teddy Allen break multiple records and saw the long-awaited debut of Xavier Moon. Meanwhile, the Vancouver Bandits are coming off a disappointing Tuesday night loss to Calgary and currently sit second in the Western Conference with Winnipeg on top. Both teams have already clinched a playoff spot, so tonight it's all about who's best in the West. With more, here's Joey and Dave.
Thank you, Tegan. Yes, I'm Joey Slattery. This is Dave Crook, and she couldn't have put it any better, Dave. This is an important game for both teams because one team really wants to play here in the playoffs as long as they can. The other team wants to do whatever they can to avoid coming here in the postseason.
Yeah, no question. I mean, Winnipeg's been so good at home, and Vancouver obviously doesn't want to have to be here if they don't have to.
You look at last game here when we were here last game, the talk of the town, there's been 3 days since the last game was played, and the talk of the town has been Teddy Allen and what he was able to achieve with the 54 points that he had in that game, which also happened to be the debut of Xavier Moon. Tough act to follow. What do you expect tonight?
I think that the two of them are going to have great games again. I just think that Xavier Moon's in a high class, one of the best players in the league, and I mean, Teddy Allen is right with them. You know, those two MVPs playing together, so it's pretty exciting. I expect them both. You know, I mean, I don't think Teddy can improve on what he did the other day, but I think he'll come out and have a good performance. Obviously, there'll be a lot of attention paid to him, but Xavier Moon takes some of that attention away.
Never say never, Dave Crook. I'm sure there's one person that thinks he can one-up it, and that's Teddy Allen. But when you look at this matchup, it doesn't get any closer. These are the two top teams in the West for a reason. We'll take a look at how these teams stack up. It's right down the middle. These are the two top scoring teams in the league, tied exactly at 98.2 points per game. Their field goal percentage, identical at 47%. Same with free throw percentage. And there's a slight edge for the Vancouver Bandits on the three-point line at 37%. They both move the ball well at 20%. I mean, rebounds are separated by a few tenths of a rebound here. So this is a team that is, or two teams rather, that are playing their best basketball right now. Vancouver has some key guys missing, and they've got some new guys coming in. So these are a new look team for both teams, really, because there's some major players that are part of the core now that weren't here last time. Yeah,
it certainly looks different than the last time we saw the two of them here. At the same time, you know, I think that they're both teams that do a lot of things similarly, and at the same time they do some things quite differently. So I think it's going to be a real battle. I think the transition game is going to be the key either way.
Time now for our keys to the game, presented by CDIC. Let's start with the Bandits. Dave Crook, if they're walking out of here with a win, what do they need to do?
Well, I think transition offense is their key. When they score in transition, they win. When they don't score in transition, it could be a struggle for them. So they really want to get going. They want to get moving. I think they got to clean the glass at both ends. I don't think they can let Winnipeg have an advantage on either end on the glass. I think it's important. Vancouver's a very good offensive rebounding team. And lastly, they got to deal with Moon Allen, right? I mean, that combination showed on the weekend they could play, and they're here to play. So that's a big issue.
And for the Sea Bears, I mean, can't ask for much better of a game than you had last game. How do they carry that momentum over?
Well, I mean, part of it is Vancouver's so concerned about offensive transition. We got defensive transition. Winnipeg can't give up anything. If they can hold Vancouver to 10 or fewer, I think that they'll win, right? They got to guard the three ball. Vancouver's got a couple guys who can shoot it from deep. They really attack the basket, and then they have two guys who can really just knock down three balls. And I think they have to keep building chemistry. Watson, Gale, Moon, new to the team. Osborne's been here for a while, but they all have to figure out how to play together.
Well, Tegan Rasha had a chance to catch up with head coach Mike Rainbow of the Winnipeg Sea Bears. Here's what he had to say.
Well, Coach, you've been back and forth with Vancouver for most of the season for top spot in the West. What's on the line tonight?
Yeah, tonight's a big game. I mean, we're obviously getting close to the end of the regular season, and, you know, we're tooth and nail for playoff positioning, so, you know, we expect it to be a playoff type of environment.
Now, there was lots of hype and excitement after the last game with Teddy's record-breaking night. What are your expectations of him tonight?
Yeah, I mean, tonight's a new night, and we know that, you know, Vancouver's going to have a great game plan and make everything as difficult as they can for us, and we're going to have to take the challenge one possession at a time.
So you mentioned just a handful of games left. What is the main focus for tonight then when you have such limited opportunities to dial in?
Yeah, we expect it to be a playoff type of game. So for us, we really look at it as an opportunity to perform the way we're going to need to perform in the postseason, and every possession is going to be important.
All right, thanks, Coach, and good luck tonight.
Thank you so much.
Every possession will certainly be important in this one. Stay with us. Starting lineups and tip-off around the corner. You're watching CEBL Basketball live on CBC Gem, YouTube, and CEBL Plus.
Welcome to a new CEBL season.
It's been amazing, Canada basketball, for that platform and give guys an out.
The crowds were bigger, the players got better, the quality of the game got better.
You gotta love it, Canadian hoops.
Fasten your seatbelt tonight because we're gonna have some high energy and some high flying stuff.
This is the trail, this is the real, and all that I gotta say. I'm in my zone.
No shortage of emotion, no shortage of intensity as anticipated.
Sliding away. What a block from behind.
You don't just fuel your body, you fuel your drive. We're not here to preach hustle. We're here for the ones who show up. You know who you are. The moms who make mornings feel like magic. The runners lacing up before the scroll. The dreamers writing it down before it's real. And we're here for you. Real fruit, real fuel. Booster Juice. Fuel for what's next.
What keeps me going? Under the heat of the sun or in the heat of the moment. When climbing for even one more second seems like too much. Whether you're reaching for your goal or busy setting new ones, everyone hits their limit, but that limit has a reset. Scientifically formulated to hydrate faster in the moments that matter. Electrolyte, instant hydration.
Welcome inside Canada Life Center. Starting lineups are being announced, so let's take a look at it ourselves. Taking the starting spots for the Vancouver Bandits, Jarkel Joyner, Tyree Samuel, Jarrell Eddy, one of the big additions for Vancouver, Tevin Brown, and one great Canadian defender, Lloyd Pandy. For the Sea Bears, Emmanuel Acott, the local product, gets a start, as does Teddy Allen, coming off a 54-point performance. Xavier Moon getting his second start in as many games with the Sea Bears. Rounding it out is Isaiah Osborne and Jeremiah Tillman Jr. Dave Crook, who do you have identified as your player to watch, starting with the Vancouver Bandits?
I think Tyree Samuel, I think that he can really impact the game. He's a great offensive rebounder. He's a rim runner. He's a great athlete. He's going to post up. When he feels contact, he's going to try to spin and attack the rim. You know, he can score 20 plus. He's really, really capable. I think he can really impact the game. He's the guy Winnipeg has to be very concerned about.
Yeah, he's a heavy volume guy, great field goal percentage. You see averaging nearly 20 points a game. For the home side, Battle of the Bigs.
I went with Jeremiah Tillman. I really think it is a battle of the bigs. I think if he can have a game like he had on Sunday, his best offensive performance of the year, but then at the same time, if he can guard, protect the rim, do the things he does, collect some rebounds, I think it's really important. I think he's an important piece. It's hard when you got Teddy Allen and Xavier Moon not to pick those guys, but I think Tillman is critically important tonight.
Yeah, we heard the loud cheers for Teddy Allen as he came in here. He was already a fan favorite, but he had his legendary Winnipeg moment last game. And Jeremiah Tillman Jr., 10.5 points a game, one of the best field goal percentages in CEBL history from a career standpoint. He's 62% this year. And as we've talked about on the pregame show, Dave, on Game Day Live, he can also facilitate from inside as well. He's got 1.5 assists, but it could be a lot higher than that. And with Xavier Moon and Teddy Allen in the lineup, you can expect him to be activated possibly early. Last game, they tried to get him up.
Yeah, they really tried to get him going at most games, but last game particularly, started every quarter. He got touches. They tried to get him the ball. He's a big man. He does a lot of things very, very well. The thing I like most about him is he doesn't need to get the ball. to be active. Like, he just plays hard all the time. He's got a great motor.
Yeah, Mitch Creek was reported to, he's on the active roster, not reported, he is on the active roster, not playing tonight, he is a scratch. And for Winnipeg, Trey McGowan's out of the lineup as an import, the odd man out once again, as Xavier Moon and Jelani Watson-Gale have to get their 5 games in to make sure they can compete in the playoffs. It's now time for tip-off presented by Spalding, the official game ball of the CEBL. Officials for tonight's game: crew chief Greg Spagnoli, umpires Tony Turnbull and Wyatt Anders. And the bigs players to watch are on showcase early. Here it will be Jeremiah Tillman Jr. going head-to-head with Tyree Samuel, the reigning most outstanding Canadian from a year ago, having just as good, if not better, a year this year with the Vancouver Bandits in his second year in the CEBL. And we are underway again. The Sea Bears win the tip. It's Xavier Moon getting things started here for Winnipeg. Moon had 14 points, 17 assists. He's going to go for an early 3. Does not get the bounce. An early rebound here for Tyree Samuel. Samuel not afraid to handle the ball outside the perimeter. Gives the screen for Acott. Joyner finds Eddie, who drives to the paint. Clanks that floater. Isaiah Osborne with the rebound. He only had 2 points last game. It was the target score winner. Moon upstairs to Tillman, and he lays it in.
Great unselfish look there from Moon. He had an open lane to the rim and passes off. Again, trying to get Tillman involved.
Tyree Samuel drives, dishes. Here's Pandy, nice fadeaway in the paint to get Vancouver on the board.
Those two have faced each other a few times over the years, and nice soft touch there from Pandy.
Teddy Allen getting his first touch here today. Going right at Samuel. Bit of a hook shot. Looked a little awkward, but he got the same result we're used to.
Yeah, there's no question. And that's a tough matchup for Samuel to stay in front of Teddy Allen.
Allen now guarding Pandy. Pandy, nice take. Fades away, gets it off the glass. That was beautiful.
Pandy's active so far. I mean, he's not really, a huge scorer for the Bandits.
And here's Moon, finds an open lane. And if he finds that, he won't take long to capitalize.
No, it's the second time he's been wide open and had a direct lane to the rim. Last time he passed off, this time he finished.
Joyner to Samuel, his floater no good. Rebound there for Xavier Moon. He'll just carry it up the wing. Cuts to the middle. Pulls up on Samuel, and he hits that. Xavier Moon starting to feel it here early.
That's so dangerous. Like, he's going down to the glass, clears that, brings it the length of the floor, and shoots an uncontested jumper. Vancouver's got to find a way to slow him down.
And Moon goes for the block, gets Joyner on the arm, so that'll be shots for Joyner. In the first foul of the game, it goes to Xavier Moon.
Yeah, a bit of a mistake there. He swats in, and, not great defense for Xavier Moon. He's not going to be happy with that result. But Vancouver going to that pick and roll game, they're going to try to get Samuel involved in that pick and roll game on almost every single possession. It's a big part of how they play.
Pandy has all 4 points here for Vancouver. He only averages just a little more than 7 a game, as you were alluding to earlier, Dave.
Yeah, he's really active. He can really play. I mean, he's got a balanced game. He puts a lot of energy, does a lot of things on the defensive end, but he doesn't have a problem scoring.
Joyner goes 1 for 2 there. Yeah, Pandy known for his defense, if anything, here in this league. He's a one-time CEBL Defender of the Year. Had some great years in Ottawa. Moon takes the feed from Tillman Jr. and lays in another 2.
It's interesting there. They're trying to face guard Moon on the outside, so Brown is basically ignoring the rest of the play and then gets beat on a back cut handoff from Tillman.
Moon's got 6 already. Allen finds Tillman cutting down the middle. Samuel right there. Acott for 3. No.
There's that inside out that we talked about that Winnipeg is so effective. I would almost like to, it's a good shot by Acott, but if the ball would have spun a little more, it would have been better.
Eddie's shot, no good. Rebound for Winnipeg. That was a quick possession for Vancouver. Allen going to put one up. That one off the mark. Tevin Brown working on Acott. He's going to pull up for a 3 of his own. That one no good. Vancouver struggling here to find the long range.
Brown's got the deep range. That's not outside of what he's capable of.
Ooh, nice cut, finds Tillman. Tillman almost mishandled it. Oh, what a play by Tillman. Doesn't get the basket, but draws the foul.
Brown's got the toughest assignment on the floor. He's supposed to be guarding Moon, and he's actually fallen asleep a couple times in the last couple possessions, and this time he switches off, and that same fake that Tillman loves to use where he bluffs it over the head of the defender, and he got him to bite hard, and he gets an opportunity to go to the line, shoot a pair.
It's so effective. You know they're watching this on the tape, but, you know, execution is everything, Dave. You might know it's coming, but you still have to stop it.
I mean, it's just such an instinctual thing, though. It's just hard not to bite on that.
100%, yeah. And he gets the first one to fall.
I wonder if this sub's coming from Brown now, because he's had a rough start here defensively.
A 62% shooter from the free throw line is Tillman Jr. We got a couple of subs here coming in shortly. Shamar Givens now in the game for Vancouver, as is Karnik, James Karnik. DJ Burns will come in here probably for Tillman Jr. He missed that shot, so the substitution will have to wait. Givens goes upstairs! Wow! Tyrese Samuel throws it down and gets some oohs and ahs from the crowd. My goodness.
That looked like that was sailing out of bounds, and he just went up and caught that, threw it down with authority.
Sea Bears looking for a response, and it's Isaiah Osborne, Mr. Reliable.
That's what they needed. Osborne struggled last game on Sunday. He really didn't score until the last shot of the game, so it's something Winnipeg needs.
Karnik wins the fight down low. Givens with the possession. Tries to find Samuel. No luck on that connection, but my goodness, that dunk was something.
Well, that's what, I mean, the dunk was something. It's amazing. But that last possession is something Vancouver does so well. Karnik and Samuel just attacking the glass. And that's Winnipeg, that's a risk. They can't afford to give Vancouver those second chance opportunities.
Dominic Parolin into the game here for Vancouver. The Coquitlam, BC native.
Another big body.
And John Knight III also in the game here for Vancouver, one of the newcomers. Almost loses the ball there, but he gets it to Shamar Givens. One on the shot clock, and it's a turnover. Allen has to beat Karnik, and he does.
And that's something that's critically important. Winnipeg feasts on that kind of stuff where they get those easy runouts after a Vancouver mistake.
And with that, we got a timeout from Vancouver. Winnipeg leads 15-7. Stay with us. We'll be back for more first quarter action. You're watching CEBL Basketball live on CBC Gem, YouTube, and CEBL Plus.
What keeps me going? Under the heat of the sun or in the heat of the moment. When climbing for even one more second seems like too much. Whether you're reaching for your goal or busy setting new ones, everyone hits their limit, but that limit has a reset. Scientifically formulated to hydrate faster in the moments that matter. Electrolyte, instant hydration.
Welcome back inside Canada Life Center. Scan the QR code for your chance to win the ultimate CEBL Finals trip, courtesy of redtag.ca. You can score round-trip flights and courtside seats to the CEBL Finals. Visit cebl.ca/redtag for full contest details. It is that time of the year, Dave Crook. We are on the home stretch. Teams jockeying for position. Both these teams believe they can be in that finals.
Yeah, of course. I mean, and they've done it all year long. They've been neck and neck. They've battled all the way through. This is a big game. You know, a win here for either team could go a long way to determining who's going to be first. And obviously, if Winnipeg gets this one with the tiebreaker, they'd be in the driver's seat.
Winnipeg up 8. Here's a three-pointer from Vancouver. That's no good. Following his own rebound, though. Parolin Tonight, the third finds Karnik inside, and he slams that down with authority.
But again, Vancouver getting a second look because of the offensive glass. Winnipeg has to do a much better job keeping those big Vancouver bodies off the rebounding position.
And it was a good job on Tevin Brown following his shot there, keeping that possession alive.
Yeah, no question. I mean, that's one of the things that Vancouver does as well as anybody in the league. They're probably, I think, in many ways, the best offensive rebounding team in the league.
This Western Conference game is presented by Cal Tire. Cal Tire, a proud sponsor of the CEBL's Western Conference. Xavier Moon with the drive, dishes it out. Acott jumps up to get it. Hildebrandt at a spot for three, no. That's his first field goal attempt. He was not active last game, back in here tonight. Givens finds the lane, up he goes. Nice play by Givens to read what was given to him.
Off that screen and roll there, and it looked like they were going to switch it up, and then Burns just dropped back, and Moon was out of position. Easy move to the rim by Givens.
And Teddy Allen going to draw the foul and go to the line. The crazy thing about his game, the 54-point game last game, he only went to the free throw line for 4 shots, and he hit 3 of them. Didn't even hit all of them. So it's not like he was getting fat at the free throw line, as they say. Today, he's getting a chance here early.
Yeah, it's one of the things he does very well. He draws contact. He finds a way to engage defenders and get himself some easy shots.
And he's a 90% free throw shooter, 89% really. He averages about 7 attempts a game. Allen asking for something on the floor to get picked up there. Good thing, because he missed the foul shot.
Yeah.
He got the miss out of the way, like his thinking. So that did not count. And he makes good on the second one. 17-11's the score. Jarkel Joyner coming in for Tevin Brown. Givens was an important piece to the Bandits last year. One of Kyle Julius's top recruits. He has a great reputation here in the CEBL as a hard worker on both ends of the floor. Here's Karnik using his size on DJ Burns, and he's blocked by Simon Hildebrandt. Hildebrandt picking up the loose ball, and the Sea Bears going to come out the other way. Allen nearly has his pass picked, but he goes right up at Karnik. Good defense there. Karnik trying to get the ball up before he falls over Allen. Everybody's good. Givens putting on the Jets. Joyner now. Back to Givens. For 3, no. Gets the rebound, though, and now there's going to be a whistle here, a loose ball foul. Looks like it's going to be going against Winnipeg.
I think it's on Burns on the inside with a little hold there against Karnik underneath. But right now, I mean, Coach Rainbow cannot be happy with the rebounding because Vancouver's is getting way too many second chance opportunities.
And cue up Jeremiah Tillman Jr. So with the rebounding being a bit of a problem, they're putting their big man back into the game here as DJ Burns will get a break. Burns, another guy who's been playing very well for the Sea Bears. Been an emotional spark plug for this team, and his role has elevated since Trey Scott has left.
He's not happy. He wanted that call there on that flop, but it was definitely a flop.
Not often we see negative energy. We talked about that on the pregame show, too. Coming off here at a good time to let it cool. Here's Knight III pulling up in the paint. No good. And here's Teddy Allen on the run. The pass from Watson Gale, and he'll just lay that in for another 2.
And that's too easy for Winnipeg to get those easy runouts. Vancouver can't let that happen.
Bandit's going to slow it down here, use some of the shot clock. Joyner drives baseline, then pulls up at the opposite mid-range. Can't get it to fall. Here's Watson Gale in his first action of the night. Tillman with the screen, rolls to the basket, but it leaves Hildebrandt open for 3. Cans it.
Nice execution there by Winnipeg. A little screen and roll action. Watson Gale with Tillman. Then the kick back to a wide open Simon Hildebrandt.
Here's Samuel for 3. No good. Acott with the rebound. Winnipeg on the run. He's going to pull up for a 3 of his own. No. Tillman can't get the rebound, but Acott gets it. Now it's Allen for 3. Yes!
And he's wide open, and that's going to cause Rams Brempong to call timeout.
That's going to draw another timeout here from Vancouver. They're trying to find an answer. They have not had a lot of success at the offensive end. They find themselves down 14 points here early. Plenty of time to play, but this timeout called by Rance Brempong, I think, is just to get collectively here and see, hey, where are we getting beat? Because they're having their opportunities, like you said. They're getting those boards, but they got to turn it into points.
But what they've done is they've created some offensive rebounds, but those are the only times they're scoring. They've also given Winnipeg some runouts, and in play like that, where Winnipeg comes down in transition, the time before they got an open three-pointer for Simon Hildebrandt on the pick-and-roll action, and a nice pass up by Watson Gale to kick it out. But that time, they left Teddy Allen unguarded on the three-point line. And, the way he shot the ball the last week or so, you just can't do that right now.
Wow, and Moon has only played 5.5 minutes too, right? I mean, he's been off for the last little bit. So, this is with the players that, without the other part of the two-headed monster, as you've called them this year, right? But without Deadpool, or no, Wolverine, sorry.
But if they're not getting worn down, right, and they can stay fresh and they stay energized. I mean, one thing when you watch Vancouver play, they are big and they are athletic, like extremely fast.
Yeah.
They move really well. They've got a couple guys who could shoot it for deep. They got some guys who can penetrate. They love the pick and roll game. They love to score in transition.
Green Lady's back with Green Man? Sorry, Teal Lady and Teal Man. This is amazing.
Oh, Joey.
2 times the teal, 2 times the fun, Dave.
Okay.
Back to the basketball action, as everybody's been praying for. Vancouver has the possession here, looking to get on the scoreboard here. It's been a while. Tyrese Samuel picks up his dribble, hands it off to Joyner. Joyner with the drive, going right at Tillman Jr. 2 points and the foul. Tillman Jr. just a little late getting to the spot.
Great take there, but what they're doing is they use Samuel to initiate offense. Then they get into the handoff game, like the screen and roll, get the switch. And Tillman has no chance there guarding, and Joyner just comes right down the lane for the three-point play.
Tegan Rosh is our sideline reporter, and she's got something for us. Tegan.
Joey, there's lots of energy on the Winnipeg bench right now. Head coach Mike Rainbow wants the guys to get every rebound and stay really tough.
All right, thank you, Tegan. Yeah, this is, you can't lose your focus here, Dave Crook, as the Sea Bears have been preaching all year, every possession matters. They've learned their lessons the hard way of those losses on the road. Many of them have been 1-2 possessions. Here's Moon, cutting baseline. Nice pass from Jeremiah Tillman Jr.
And again, Brown gets caught looking the wrong way. It's 3 times tonight where he's just falling asleep on defense and giving something up easy to Moon.
Carolyn working on Hildebrandt. Nice move there. Creates the separation, rather, and gets that floater to fall.
Carolyn likes to work over that left shoulder and gets into space.
Tough wrong hand finish there for Emmanuel Acott. And here's a chance to pull within double digits. Nice. Jarkel Joyner with the 3. And Vancouver starting to feel a little rhythm here in the latter part of the first quarter.
Joyner, a great scorer. Off the dribble, off the shot, off the bounce, does it all.
And here's Tillman on Samuel. Gets him in the air, spin, but he's short on the shot. It's an 8-point lead for Winnipeg. Joyner wants to dig into it a little bit more. Carolyn picking up his dribble. 10 on the shot clock. Joyner goes right at Hildebrandt, fades off, and gets the friendly roll. And here we are, Vancouver making their run. Less than a minute to play here in the first quarter. Moon goes right past Joyner in the middle, lays it up. No shot, though. It will be a foul against Vancouver.
It's a little bit there where Joyner came down, took Moon off the dribble, and Moon came back, said, okay, I'll show you, this is a two-way street. I can do the same thing to you. But I'll tell you one thing, Joyner really, really aggressive, really tough in the screen and roll game. And Vancouver uses, the screen and roll, pick and roll more than anybody, almost on every single possession. But they've got some guys who can really run it.
Yeah, Jarkel Joyner's been a great acquisition for Vancouver this year. They've had a lot of roster turnover. They've had a new coach that was suddenly sprung up to the head coach position in Rance Brempong from the assistant position. And they are faring here, trying to just get their rhythm going and peaking at the right time as Acott coughs up the ball. Joyner for 3. Does not get that one to fall. Moon has the position, and the ball will go out of bounds. Last touch by Moon.
One of the things we talked about was communication for the Sea Bears. You could just see a little miscommunication there between Acott and Moon. They just weren't on the same page. turn the ball over and give Vancouver the opportunity to go in transition.
Burns back into the game here for Tillman Jr. 14 seconds here to work with on the shot clock. 26 seconds left in the quarter. Carolyn spins on Hildebrand, can't get it to fall. Shot clock turned off. 18 seconds here for Allen and the Sea Bears to get something. It's a 6-point ball game. Winnipeg is led by as much as 14. And here's Allen with the time winding down, and he hits it at the buzzer. Teddy Allen doing Teddy Buckets things. And Winnipeg leads 29-21 at the end of the first quarter. Stay with us. Second quarter action coming up after the break. You're watching CEBL Basketball live on CBC Gem, YouTube, and CEBL Plus.
Because we couldn't afford things like this without your money.
So much of your money.
Now you might have questions like,
do our profits benefit your community?
No.
Or bet with Play Now, Manitoba's local legal and secure gambling site.
Let's bring it on. It's game time. It's showtime. Nick Hornsby. Here's Oakland for the win. You gotta love a Canadian boost. Two hands. Me. Oh, what a block from behind.
Welcome back. We're joined now by some of the good old Canadian boys, part of Seth Jarvis's fan club. This is your first Sea Bears game and your first Sea Bears game too. What is this atmosphere like?
It's crazy. I've never really been to a basketball game, I'd say, and everyone shows out. Everyone loves sports in Winnipeg, and it just shows with how many people showed up today.
So you guys are all major sports fans. What's it like to see professional sports grow in your hometown?
Sorry, can you say that one again? I didn't hear that.
What's it like to see professional sports grow in your hometown?
Oh, I think it's been unbelievable to see it grow, and just how much of a small town Winnipeg is compared to other provinces and countries, and just be able to prove and grow athletes like here, it's been amazing.
And you're going to be going to Seth Jarvis's Stanley Cup party this year. What are you most excited for?
I think just seeing everyone that we grew up with, family, friends. Obviously, just to see a celebratory day for Seth is awesome, and just to see everyone we kind of grew up with and who's been with him along the way.
All right, thanks so much for joining us. Back to you guys.
All right, thanks, Tegan. Yeah, they're quickly coming to be Canadian cultural icons. Love the good Canadian boys. Good friends of Seth Jarvis. Here's Teddy Allen puts it up, and Simon Hildebrand throws it down. Good response here for the Sea Bears here early as they were leading quite, 14 points was the lead as big as they had, and Vancouver mounted a comeback as this pace is picked right up. Here's, Burns rather, gonna get called for the charge.
He'll be unhappy with that one, but I mean, the tempo is really fast right now. But the big thing is, Winnipeg's done a couple great things defensively. Osborne had a takeaway that led to a run out, Teddy Allen into a dunk from Hildebrand, and then that time again, a nice play on that same sort of lob on the backside where Samuel threw that one down hard early. Burns made a nice play to take it away. Winnipeg got an opportunity to turn it over with the offensive foul.
Vancouver did a wonderful job in the last couple of minutes of that first quarter to cut into the lead as that layup is no good. Knocked out of bounds. Didn't see who touched it last. It's going to be Vancouver basketball.
I think it came off Hildebrand. I think he knocked it out there. But yeah, no, Vancouver really, I mean, Winnipeg controlled the tempo, did some really good things. We might get a look here in the replay. I think we're going to see Hildebrand.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, he swats it out. But you know, Vancouver's doing some good things, and they want to play fast, and they want to get up and down. It'll be interesting to see if they can continue to do that.
Kevin Brown goes up, has the ball knocked away. Last touch by Tillman, it looks like. So it will remain Vancouver basketball with 5 on the shot clock.
You know, and they continue to isolate in that one-on-one pick-and-roll game at the top with the shooters spread on the wings. So it's hard for Winnipeg to offer a lot of help. So a lot of pressure on Tillman.
Manuel caught into the game for Hildebrandt as Tyree Samuel misses the shot, but Joyner gets the rebound and puts it back up. That's one of the smaller guards there. Can't be happy with the Sea Bears. He had 4 black jerseys.
Yeah, he did a great job, and that's Vancouver basketball.
Vancouver wearing their orange jerseys, probably my favorite of their sets. And Winnipeg wearing the Sea Bears black with the teal trim. And Acott going to draw the foul here. That one's going to go against Eddie.
Acott probably felt like the man left out on Sunday. He really, like Osborne, it wasn't much of a factor, and you could just see it there that he really wanted to make something happen. Pounded that ball, goes in, draws the contact against Eddie, and gets a chance to go to the line.
And Acott gets the first to go. First point of the game. And he's 2 for 2 from the line. Acott, not the best free throw shooter. He's a 55% clip rate this year. He makes good on those two. Here's Joyner. Moon on him very closely. Tillman on Samuel. It's our key matchup tonight. Samuel not able to cash that turn. Moon to Acott. Acott, good heads-up play. Samuel's right there, puts it upstairs for Tillman Jr., who misses the shot. It's a foul, but he's grabbing his hand.
Tough play there. It looked like Samuel was in a pretty good position. He gets drawn out, he reaches there, nothing happens, and then comes across on contact on the hip. You can see it there, yeah, there's no question. It looked like he played pretty clean, but on that replay, we could really see the contact on the lower body on the hip.
That's a great call.
Yeah, but Acott heads-up play there to attack the rim, and then again, unselfishly moving the ball.
Well, I thought he was going to hoist that thing up. And
Yeah.
Samuel was coming from his blind side, so it was a good heads-up play to change directions last minute, because I think he was thinking three-pointer too. Tillman, he's 3 for 3 from the line.
Yeah, good start. The gap's 11, or Winnipeg, see if they can take it up again. Vancouver's going to, really try to, I think, push with tempo. But they can't have success if they're going to put Winnipeg on the line.
Tillman misses his second attempt. 11-point game here for Winnipeg. Givens, nice take there. Goes around the whole team.
They just play at speed. It's unbelievable how fast Rance Brempong has them playing and executing.
Oh, and he's got the speed too, right? Here's Allen, dishes it out to Osborne, who puts up the 3, no good. And here comes Vancouver on the run. Givens, one of the faster guards in this league. Mulder can't get the layup, but he does draw the foul. So that wasn't Mulder, that was Brown.
But the fact that they did, they outletted the ball so quickly, got the ball to center, one dribble pass, bang, layup. I mean, they just play at tempo. They push the ball so fast.
Michael Mulder in the game for the first time, played with the Golden State Warriors. He's had his ups and downs this season in the CEBL. No, I'm not going to tell the story, right? But when he was with the Golden State Warriors, they have their, I can't remember the proper name for it now, it's slipping my mind, but it's basically like the trigger point. I think it might be called the trigger, where they have to cash in on a 10-day contract if they're going to keep that player or not. Right. And Steve Kerr thought he was texting the GM asking if they were keeping him, but he was texting Michael Mulder. So he said, yeah, I think we'll keep him and maybe give him a nice salary bump too. All's well that ends well. He was staying on. That's why that text was happening. So, but he said it was a good story that got him tight with that team, and he shared the floor with some great NBA players of this era. Here's Moon going through all the traffic, no good, but there is Jeremiah Tillman Jr.
But again, look at Vancouver come back the other way. It's like 2 seconds later, and all of a sudden they draw the foul against Isaiah Osborne. They have to find a way to slow the ball down. They can't let Vancouver play at this tempo.
They got to slow down Givens.
Yeah,
I mean, he's the motor.
He could really go. I tell you what, Gibbons and Joyner, both of those guys are incredibly fast.
They're quick, they're shifty, and they're accurate.
But it was a great offensive rebound there, and a nice play by Tillman to get to the glass for Winnipeg on the other end. Well, this is a great matchup. Two fantastic teams playing good basketball, and they're struggling to decide or control the tempo, right? And both teams are doing some really good things offensively. Both of them have to figure out a way to do something to shut the other team down on the defensive end.
Gibbons cashes in on that one. It's an 8-point game. Winnipeg has held the lead this entire game so far. Still early here in the second quarter, approaching the 7-minute mark. Tillman Jr. tripped up as the entry pass was made. And to your point, Dave, in this quarter particularly, Vancouver's playing in the highest gear, and Winnipeg's having to settle for half-court sets. They're just not getting out on time, and I think that's kudos to Vancouver for shutting down that transition.
That's one of the things they have to do. They can't let Winnipeg get those easy ones. Tough one there on the inside with Pandy on the matchup.
Allen fade away, no. Moon swats the ball around, gets the rebound. Nice play by Xavier Moon. Here's Akon wide open for three, and he cans that.
That's it. They got Vancouver asleep there. Great play by Moon. They got the ball. Akot wide open in the corner. Gave them a little of their own medicine.
And Karnik going to draw the foul. Looks like that will go against Emmanuel Akot.
It's so hard to guard when guys are just coming at you at full speed downhill. I mean, it's difficult for the Sea Bears right now. When they get out of position, they often use that screen game, and they just get they get a half a step, or they just get a little bit of an advantage, and it's so hard to stay in front of people. And so what ends up happening, Winnipeg just keeps picking up fouls, and Vancouver's going to get to the line.
Mason Krause into the game now. Local favorite here, standout of the University of Manitoba. Has been an integral part of this team, but as understandable, as Xavier Moon in his role or his minutes have been docked back a little bit, but I'm sure he's okay with that, with the way the team's been playing. Just a lot of depth at guard for the Sea Bears right now.
Yeah, it's got to be their strongest position. They don't even have McGovern, who's led the team for almost the whole season at the point guard.
Yeah.
And he's sitting inactive tonight. So, yeah, they've got a plethora of guys at that position right now.
And I don't expect that to be permanent, because he's also a very versatile guard.
Oh, yeah.
A little bit bigger than some of the other guards on this team. Karnik hitting that last shot makes it an 8-point game here, as we have 6 minutes and 45 seconds left in the half. Allen trying to work off the dribble here. He's got 8 seconds on the shot clock. Finally finds a lane. Has to go through 3 defenders. Gets it out to Krause. Hildebrandt for 3. Hands it.
Great job, Teddy Allen. Picked up 3 defenders there. Karnik couldn't handle him one-on-one. He got into the paint. Kicks it back to Krause, who makes the unselfish pass to the top. Hildebrandt wide open. He's made 2 from that spot.
Little Bison's nostalgia. 2 former University of Manitoba Bisons hooking up. They've had some success there. Here's Gibbons going up and under and over and everywhere, but he can't get it to fall, but draws the foul.
But same kind of thing. Vancouver gets the ball. They get a little penetration. They get a swing. Winnipeg has a closeout. They're a little late on that closeout. We'll see it here. Drives down the lane. Almost could have been a foul there. And in the end, Hildebrandt turned the wrong way. Can't see, and there's contact. But Vancouver doing a really good job of executing both full court and front court right now. And it's funny because they're down 11, yet they seem to be controlling the tempo of the game.
Gibbons misses that first shot, so Vancouver remains down 11. Gibbons just 1 assist away from his 200th here in the CEBL. Sure he'll be hitting that tonight. And he misses both. And that's Parolin, 2 points in the foul.
Well, nice play by Karnik. Karnik makes this happen because he beats his man off the spot off the offensive rebound. And we'll see the ball skips across the other side. Then Hildebrandt has to come across, leaves his feet, and Parolin just uses them, gets his shoulder into the midsection, gets himself an opportunity to get to the line.
And he cashes in, so after 2 missed foul shots, they end up getting 3 points out of it.
But again, the offensive glass is paying dividends for the Bandits.
Moon working on Kartik. Big mismatch here. Can he take advantage? Almost loses it. Finds himself in the paint. Finds Allen. Allen fakes the shot, goes up, around, and finds the twine off the glass.
And again, that's trouble for Vancouver when they have to switch, and one of their bigger guys is guarding Allen or Moon. Think it's not a good look.
Pandy around Moon into Hildebrand. Another nice play for Pandy. Pandy's had an impact here early. He's got 6 points.
And they just keep attacking at pace.
Allen goes for 3. No. That would have been a big one, too. That would have been his 200th CEBL three-pointer. Only 2 other players have reached that. He would be the fastest if he can get it done tonight. And here that goes out of bounds. It'll be Winnipeg basketball. Kyler Filowich will check in, but not before the timeout called by the Winnipeg Sea Bears. That means it's a commercial break for us. Stay with us. You are watching CBL Basketball live on CBC Gem, YouTube, and CEBL Plus.
The CDIC was established by the Government of Canada to protect deposits in case of bank failure. Coverage is free and automatic when you bank with a member institution.
Whoa. Thank you. That's my job. So you were saying...
Protecting your deposits, that's what we do.
The CEBL, Canada's Pro Basketball League, and redtag.ca brings Canadian basketball fans a chance to save up to $300 off on vacation bookings all season long with promo code CEBLFans. I wonder how our mascots would spend their time on vacation. Book today with Red Tag and save $300.
Redtag.ca.
Welcome back inside Canada Life Center. Cal Tire, what I almost said, they're a proud partner and tire expert of the CEBL. You can shop top tire brands and have peace of mind with Cal Tire's price match guarantee. Shop and book at caltire.com. As we are now getting into the latter half of the second quarter here. Winnipeg, they give themselves a little breathing room, and Vancouver starts creeping back, and they're in the midst of that right now.
But it's odd. Like to the eye, it looks like Vancouver should be neck and neck, you know, and it's an 8-point gap, and you know, they've played well. They've done a lot of good things. They just haven't maybe finished at the level they need to, and they've given up some easy things. They've made some mistakes defensively at times, which has been benefited Winnipeg. Interesting, Kyler Filowich in now with coming out of the timeout. Winnipeg with a little foul trouble, and I think, you know, they're trying to protect Burns and Tillman a little bit here. So Filowich getting a couple minutes in the post.
So Winnipeg gets the ball coming out of the timeout. Kyler Filowich into the game for the first time tonight. Here's Moon getting the pass from Allen and a step back for 3. Nowhere near the rim. Vancouver's got the rebound. It's Lloyd Pandy. Here's Joyner pulling up mid-range at the elbow, and he gets that to fall. And again, Vancouver starting to heat up.
Yeah, it's that space. They just create a little space with that screen and roll, and they really attack off it, looking to get downhill. Little in-between jump shot there.
And Allen misses that layup. It's a rebound for Parolin. Oh, nice take by Joyner through everyone, and puts it up softly as it falls into the rim.
It's not complicated what Vancouver's doing, but they're executing it very, very well.
Great execution here, and they would love to get back in this game, get their first lead of the game before the end of the half. Ayton can't respond.
Winnipeg's almost playing into their hands, playing a little bit of one-on-one basketball when they're coming down, doing sort of trying to imitate the same sort of game, and it just doesn't work for them. What's happening is they're getting switches all the time, so they're getting mismatches, but they're not taking advantage of it.
And here's a wild take, no good, and it's Xavier Moon settling it down. He goes all the way, dishes it out to Allen for 3 in the corner. Boom!
Wow,
200
that
for
was
Teddy.
unbelievable. How fast was Xavier Moon? He just went by everybody there. That was unbelievable.
That's 200 three-pointers for Teddy Allen. Fastest player to get to that feat in the CEBL. He's the third to do it. And Karnik with a quick response.
Vancouver doesn't seem bothered. They just are playing their game. They're just banging away. And again, they're trying to, they're not scared to switch. They're not scared to do anything right now.
Moon. Pass is tipped, but it does get to Acott eventually, and Acott goes right to the rim, but can't get the friendly bounce, and it's a foul.
Yeah, a little bit of a breakdown again. Good opportunity. Acott gets to the rim. We'll see here. He goes right by Parolin off that switch. Can't finish. Somebody grabbed his jersey on the way in. No call, but a good no call. But he doesn't finish. He needs to finish that. And then Filowich gets called on the foul, and Vancouver's going to walk down the floor. They got a chance to make it a one-possession game.
That's been the struggle for Filowich here as the season's gone on. His playing time is limited, and sometimes he's coming on in the middle of the game, and I don't know if it's, being cold and, trying to get back into the game, but he tends to draw those fouls when he's on, and he's coming off right away because of it. 5 fouls here. They're in the bonus. Only 3 to Vancouver here, so they've got 1 to give. Shamar Given's going to be checking back into the game here as Karnik is at the line. And he cashes that one in too. So it's a 3-point ball game. Winnipeg is led by as much as 14. Vancouver has not led yet tonight. Jelani Watson-Gale, known as the closer in 2023 with the Sea Bears. He was the 6th man of the year that year. Here's Osborne, who's taken the closer role this year, but he can't can that one. Givens here going to slow it down. Sea Bears doing a better job at cutting out that transition. But here is Karnik, and he misses the dunk, clanks it all the way out to half court. And Vancouver just trying to save the half-court violation. Hildebrandt's going to pick up the loose ball. A little helter-skelter. Teddy wants to settle it down, and that rims out.
But Winnipeg hasn't had a really good shot, really good possession for a couple minutes.
2 minutes left here, less than 2 minutes in the second quarter. Givens goes inside, but he's short on that little floater. Allen going to dribble it up over to Jelani. Watson-Gale doesn't get what he wants, calls for the screen. It's slipped by Allen. Allen gets it out to Osborne for 3. No. Allen with a little theatrics that got Vancouver going there on that last play. Here's Brown with it now, trying to get it out to Parolin. And it goes out of bounds. Last touch by Winnipeg, so it stays Vancouver ball here. 1:23 seconds left in the second quarter.
Game has got really scrambly right now. Not much happening.
Coming up at the half, Target Score Weekly featuring Teddy Teagan will interview Vancouver Bandits head coach Rams Brempong, and the first half stats, and we'll also revisit Dave's players to watch. Here's Pandy. Working on Allen, going to step back mid-range. That one's short. Jelani Watson-Gale just going to walk it over half, gives it to Moon. Givens not giving Moon much room. He gets the screen from Hildebrandt and the switch. He's got Karnik on him. Allen, Givens, good defense. Tough shot for Teddy, no good. And Acott going to get the rebound and draw the foul.
A lot of contact there. Teddy Allen looking for a call as he's driving. Givens low on his body underneath. We'll see it on the drive here as he's pushing in. Teddy wants a little contact even on the elbow. Doesn't get it. They get the rebound. And Acott, he might have been tied up in Edie, but in the end he gets the call.
Here's Allen in the corner to Hildebrandt. Thought about the pass, takes the shot. Good decision.
And that's what they needed. They needed something open and easy first time for a couple minutes. But again, look at Vancouver coming back the other way.
Karnik has to gather the ball between his legs, finds the pass, and that's Pandy with another 2. Lloyd Pandy having a great game here. He's got 8.
Vancouver doesn't give you a second Like they keep you on edge all the time. You have to be so aware of what's going on.
Moon with speed inside, shovels around midair and gets it to fall. 20 seconds left here for Vancouver. They're down 6. Joyner on Watson Gale. Watson Gale in his 4th game with the Sea Bears. Gets beat. Nice take. Whoa, what a finish. Jarkel Joyner. 2 seconds left. Sea Bears have to hurry. Watson Gale. No. So a nice play to end it for Vancouver. And they're down 4 going into the break. 51-47 is the score. Winnipeg led by as much as 14. Both teams going to be going to the locker room with some good and some bad to identify here. But I think for Winnipeg, they got to keep working on breaking down that transition for Vancouver.
Yeah, I think right now, to be honest, that the 2 coaches going to the locker room, Rance Brempong, is probably happier than Mike Rainbow, even though Mike Rainbow's in the lead.
And it's because he's built that momentum going into this quarter.
Well, they just did so many good things.
And we've got Tegan Rasha standing by with Jeremiah Tillman Jr. Tegan.
Jeremiah, you knew this was going to be a tough game. It's been a physical first half. How would you describe how you guys came out?
We came out strong. We know it's going to be a tough game. This is a big battle for us, so we're just trying to make sure we locked in. We got in a quick foul trouble on both ends of the court, so right now we just got to go in here at the second half and just make sure we regroup.
Now, you've managed to keep the lead for the full first half of the game, but it did get close at times. What do you need to do in the second half to keep the lead and win?
Just keep our foot on the gas. What we came out doing, just playing hard, playing aggressive, not worrying about what's in the future. We just worry about each play at a time and making sure we get back on defense because that's what we've been struggling at. So making sure we key in on that.
All right, thanks and good luck.
Thanks.
Guys.
Thanks, Tegan. And yes, for the Sea Bears, defense has been their identity, and it's led to some great offense. And they'll make the adjustments, as will Vancouver, coming into the second half. We'll take a quick break. The Sea Bears leading the Bandits by 4. Halftime show coming up. Stay with us. Your second time coming around after a year and a bit away from Winnipeg. What has this opportunity meant to you? I mean, just knowing that probably at the time, you're probably never assuming you're going to have the chance to return to Winnipeg. And just thinking back to, the fandom that was created through your first tenure here and the support that you received to get this back again. I mean, is there a sense of what is that sense in terms of is it gratitude, excitement? How do you kind of look at this second opportunity?
Yeah, I would say gratitude's a good word. Obviously I feel blessed. Everybody likes to play where there's big support, big crowds. There's a real following to what's going on because it just feels more important and it's just more exciting. So obviously my first year was awesome, second to none with the fan support. And I never expected the opportunity to be able to be back here again. And when it did formulate, I don't really know if I gave much thought about what it would be like, but it's been awesome coming back, seeing all the fans, seeing all the support everywhere I go. People are shaking my hand, asking for pictures, talking about the Sea Bears. So it's good to be part of that because it feels like we're part of something special.
You're known as Teddy Buckets. I mean, this is a well-known thing. Everybody is super complimentary about your scoring, and the proof is in the pudding. You look at the numbers, that's there. But do you feel it overshadows other parts of your game?
Everywhere I've played, I've never been like the person that they attack. They never come my way expecting shit to be sweet. So I never understood that. But I did understand that when you are a scorer, like a high level scorer, people do tend to sleep on the other aspects of your game. But all I could try to do is just be an all-around player that I've always felt I have been, and just scoring more efficient, scoring more within the flow of the game. The other parts of my game have grown too. I've learned a lot. I've played in different schemes and been able to be effective on defense as well. I try to be a playmaker on that end of the court. Getting steals gets the ball back for your team, creates momentum the other way. Getting rebounds for me is huge because a lot of times these teams are face guarding me, setting up their defense. So if I'm able to rebound the ball and push it, I'm putting myself and my team in a better opportunity, in a more advantageous advantageous position. So I just think that's that.
What keeps me going? Under the heat of the sun or in the heat of the moment. When climbing for even one more second seems like too much. Whether you're reaching for your goal or busy setting new ones, everyone hits their limit, but that limit has a reset. Scientifically formulated to hydrate faster in the moments that matter. Electrolyte, instant hydration.
Because we couldn't afford things like this without your money.
So much of your money.
Now you might have questions like,
Do our profits benefit your community?
No.
Or bet with Play Now, Manitoba's local legal and secure gambling site.
Welcome back inside Canada Life Center. Here it is halftime. It's we got a military band out here entertaining the crowd for our halftime show. I'm Joey Slattery, alongside me Dave Crook. And Dave, as we were talking about going into the break, these are two teams that you said, Rans Brempong probably a little happier than Mike Rainbow despite not having the lead. And that's simply because of, the momentum that they built going into this, or as the first half, I should say, went on.
Yeah, I think they really controlled the second quarter the way it was played. They put Winnipeg at jeopardy defensively. Winnipeg tried to switch some things. They're trying to deal with that pick and roll. Vancouver's pick and roll game is very, very strong. And with the speed they have coming off that, Winnipeg got caught in some mismatches. They ended up drawing some fouls. They had to put some people on the bench. Vancouver got to the line, and Vancouver doing some really good things in transition. So, yeah, I think that overall, I think that they're happier right now with the way the game is tilted.
Looking at Vancouver first, Jarkel Joyner has 17 points. I mean, this is an NBA caliber guy who's playing like it tonight. Yeah. You got to give Shamar Givens. I mean, we've talked a lot about the Winnipeg guards tonight. I think the Vancouver guards have had the edge, particularly when it comes to transition.
Well, they've really just pushed it. They're pushing it at tempo all the time. They give up a basket and they're in the front court at the rim 2 or 3 seconds later. It's unbelievable how quickly they've played. And there was times in that first quarter where they were loose and they weren't good with the ball. They got some second chance opportunities that let them stay close. But since that second quarter started, I think they've been the better team.
Yeah, and I mean, not to take away from what Teddy Allen and Xavier Moon have done. I mean, Allen has 18 points, 11 points for Xavier Moon, but they're just taking more shots, right? And this is what Teddy Allen does. It's a little higher volume, but they've been struggling to get those points compared to what Jarkel Joyner and Shamar Givens have been doing in the second quarter.
But I think Winnipeg's got to get some other things. I think Hildebrand has, 8 off the bench, and that's it. They have no other bench scoring, right? They haven't got anything from Osborne, really. They've got a little bit from Aycott. And those guys need to contribute, and they have to finish the things. They're not going to get a ton of looks, but when they get looks, they have to make them.
Let's take a look at the highlights and see what we're talking about here and how this all went down. It was great early for the Sea Bears. Xavier Moon getting a lot of guys active here. He has 11 points of his own, but he's also got 5 assists here in the first half. This is what he's been brought here for, reading the floor phenomenally. Teddy Allen had to take his misses here, but that was the play of the game so far. That feed from Givens to Samuel, a couple Canadians connecting on that one. And this is where Vancouver starts getting their confidence. A couple of powerful dunks from their bigs, got them back into it. Winnipeg has been able to keep them at arm's length. But as you said, that's something they got to pay attention to. They've been lucky so far.
Yeah, they've taken advantage of mismatches. They've taken advantage of their speed, and they're playing the way that they want to play. And Winnipeg has to find a way to deal with that pick and roll.
And here are your halftime stats. Both teams in the high 40s here. 45% field goals for Vancouver, 47 for Winnipeg. 31% from three. Winnipeg is owning that area of the game. Free throws. I mean, look at Vancouver getting to the free throw line. I mean, that's incredible for the first half. Only 8 trips for Winnipeg, 6 for 8, 10 for 14 are the Vancouver Bandits. Winnipeg moving the ball around, 13 assists, and as you mentioned throughout this game, the rebounds have been tough here for Vancouver. For Winnipeg, Vancouver's being tough on the boards.
Yeah, you look at the stats, 14 sort of jumps up, but in reality, they've only taken 7 threes. Winnipeg has taken, more than double that.
Yeah.
The free throws is a huge factor, and that's been the mismatches. That's been taking advantage of Winnipeg, and the rebounds has created a ton of points for them. They've been very, very good there. So to me, the stats that really are impactful, the 14 free throws and the 27 rebounds for the Bandits.
All right, we'll take a quick break, and we will be back with the rest of our halftime show. Second half just around the corner. Stay with us. You're watching CBL Basketball live on CBC Gem, CBL Plus, and YouTube.
And all my people say,
The CDIC was established by the Government of Canada to protect deposits in case of bank failure. Coverage is free and automatic when you bank with a member institution.
Whoa, thanks.
That's my job.
Protecting your deposits, that's what we do.
You don't just fuel your body, you fuel your drive. We're not here to preach hustle. We're here for the ones who show up. You know who you are. The moms who make mornings feel like magic. The runners lacing up before the scroll. The dreamers writing it down before it's real. And we're here for you. Real fruit, real fuel. Booster Juice. Fuel for what's next.
redtag.ca.
The CDIC was established by the Government of Canada to protect deposits in case of bank failure. Coverage is free and automatic when you bank with a member institution.
Whoa. Thank you. That's my job. So you were saying...
Protecting your deposits, that's what we do.
We want to thank you for not betting with Play Now and choosing our illegal gambling sites instead.
Because we couldn't afford things like this without your money.
So much of your money.
Now, you might have questions like,
Do our profits benefit your community?
No.
Or bet with Play Now, Manitoba's local legal and secure gambling site.
At Cal Tire, we're here to drive the best value around with free rotations, price match, 0% financing, and free flat repairs. We take care of it all for the life of your tires. Chat with our team at caltire.com.
Welcome back inside Canada Life Center. I'm Joey Slattery alongside Dave Crook. And Dave, let's quickly take a look at your players to watch and how they fared this first half. You had a battle of the bigs in this one. It was Tyrese Samuel and Jeremiah Tillman Jr. 2 points. They were a powerful 2 points, but he played better than the stats show.
Yeah, they both did. They were both really impactful in the game in other ways. But, they say, players have bad nights. Analysts have bad nights. Maybe I didn't pick the right two. But, I think both players were important pieces. but just not on the stat sheet so far.
Yeah, Rans Brempron going to be there very shortly with Tegan Rasha, and maybe in the meantime here, actually we're not going to have time. Looks like they're going to be quick here in a second, so let's just hold off here before we get to the playoffs. The red tag path to the playoff update will come up in just a second. Let's take it over to Tegan Rasha, who's standing by with Rans Brempron.
Well, Coach, you knew this wasn't going to be an easy game, and now your guys have to defend against Teddy Allen and Xavier Moon. How do you defend against those two?
Sticking to our principles, doing what our game plan is. They're just basketball players. They're talented, but they're 2 basketball players. We got to stick to what we do well.
You managed to keep the game close, only down by 4 right now. How do you have to adjust in this second half?
We got to stick with the game plan, and we got to wear them down. That's the part of the game plan, is to keep it close and then give ourselves a chance at the end.
All right, thanks, Coach, and good luck. Thanks. Guys.
All right, thank you, Tegan. Taking a look now at our red tag path to the playoffs update. It is the nitty-gritty. Scarborough's got it all locked up in the East. They will be playing at home. They will finish first in the East. A little bit more of a wide-open picture when it comes to the top spot, at least in the West, between these two teams. They've clinched their spot, but it's who is going to finish top of the West, which makes this game so important. They play again on August 2nd. That might be a very big game before the playoffs. And then you look in the East, Dave. I mean, it's wild in the East. Outside of Scarborough, I mean, Montreal could finish second, and Brampton could finish out of the playoffs. It all depends on how these last 4 or 5 games go.
Yeah, no question. I mean, Brampton's lucky in the fact that I think the 10 losses sticks out a little bit. Not so much the 9 wins, but they've got, that advantage on that side of it. And even at the bottom of the West, I mean, it's still close. And Calgary right now, I think Calgary's, I told you earlier today, I think they're the best team, in the CEBL in the last 3 weeks. So they could make a real push for it here late.
Yeah, and Brampton and Saskatoon playing the other CEBL game here tonight on YouTube, CBC Gem and CEBL Plus. And with the win, the Mamba would clinch their playoff spot, which would be a huge relief. And you think they started 0-4 to start this season. Things weren't looking great for them. They turned it around. Calgary might be the nick of time. It might be a little too late. We have to wait and see if that's the case. But you're right. They've been the best team in the CEBL for the past 3 weeks. Yes. And I don't think anybody wants to play them in the playoffs. So who knows how the playoffs shape up? That's the beauty of the CEBL. 4 games left here for the Sea Bears, and we have no idea where they're going to end up. They play Brampton on Saturday. That'll be our CBC national game. It'll be 2:30 starts Central Time on CBC TV. So it'll be right across the country, coast to coast to coast. Looking forward to that one. Last time they were on national TV did not go well for the Sea Bears.
No, that's right.
That's when Calgary really started making their push, and they would love to get that back. But there's no more desperate team than the Brampton Honey Badgers and pretty much everybody outside of Scarborough in the East. Second half underway, Winnipeg with the first possession. They have a 4-point lead, and Jeremiah Tillman Jr. are going to go right to the bucket early here and draw the foul on Tyrese Samuel.
Very similar start to what we've seen coming out of the half for Winnipeg. Little screen and roll game there. Tillman with the late roll, makes the catch, drives to the rim, and draws the foul, drives the contact, and Samuel picks up the foul. Nice read, nice play by Xavier Moon.
So Samuel, his 3rd foul. So we'll have to keep an eye out for that here as we're still very early.
I mean, luckily for Coach Brembaugh, the other bigs from Vancouver have been very, very good and very active.
Karnick has particularly played well today, too. Like, he stepped up his game.
I think Parolin's been very effective.
Vancouver goes right at the rim. That's Joyner picking up where he left off. 2 points in the foul. That's going to go against Moon. So a chance here for 3 points for Jarkel Joyner. New Era is the exclusive game uniform partner of the CEBL and all 10 of its teams from coast to coast. Pick up your official replica jersey now by visiting CEBL.ca.
Listen to Coach Brempong at halftime, and he's talking about staying the course, doing the thing, staying with the game plan, and they've done that. They've just attacked Winnipeg in that screen and roll game, and they've put them in jeopardy, and they've used their speed to an advantage.
3-point ball game as Jarkel Joyner gets the extra point. Moon finds Tillman on the cut, but the pass a little behind him, and now it's numbers for Vancouver. Here's Samuel, who just lays it in. It is a 1-point ball game. Tillman Jr., no one there to pick him up. He'll take his time and make sure he puts in 2 points to restore the 3-point lead.
Well, my players to watch started the second half a little better, at least. on the stat sheet, that is.
Here's a chance for Joyner now in traffic. Puts up the floater, no good. Ball poked around, out of bounds, and it will be Vancouver basketball. So a strong start here for the Bandits.
Yeah, they're doing the same. Nothing's different, right? They're trying to get transition. They're trying to get into the pick and roll. They're attacking the offensive glass. They're doing exactly what they've done. And, you know, Winnipeg has to find a way to get control of this game back if they want to be successful.
They've still not given up the lead. That's one thing they've done here tonight is as Vancouver's made their runs, they've not had a lead yet. Here's Allen. Oh, hand in his face. Does not get that one. Acott follows the shot, gets it to Tillman Jr., who gets 2 points and the foul. Acott's fired up, and Jeremiah Tillman Jr. a chance to extend this.
Nice hustle play by Acott to run down that rebound, and then the pass into an unguarded Tillman, and then he draws the foul, goes to the line for a three-point play. So those are the kind of plays that Winnipeg needs, you know. And I think the strange thing is, like I've talked about, I guess, is that Vancouver's controlled the way the game has gone since that second quarter, because Winnipeg had that 14-point lead early, and it looked like they were totally in control and they were going to have their way with this game like they did last time Vancouver was in town, but not tonight.
Yeah, Tillman misses that one. If any smart observations come out of this broadcast, it's out of your mouth, Dave Crook. It's certainly not coming out of mine. So a chance to extend this does not go well. Would have been a 6-point lead, but it's now a 5-point lead here for Winnipeg. Tevin Brown has it. Isaiah Osborne on him, gets the switch on Teddy, but an opening is there. Maybe a little too much from Vancouver. It's a steal for the Sea Bears, and here comes Moon with speed up and can't get it to fall, but he's going to draw the blocking foul. But we talked about the speed of Shamar Gibbons. That was Moon putting on the Jets there. My goodness.
And he's done that a few times tonight and really got going in transition. When he does, he is just as difficult to guard as anybody on the floor. But that was a nice play, a nice take. But for once, we saw Winnipeg with a nice rotation off the ball defensively. Teddy Allen stepped in and took the little kickback pass from the Bandits and gave Winnipeg and Moon that opportunity to attack in transition. Something they did early in the first quarter that got them that lead.
So Moon's points have been readjusted. He has 10 points here tonight. I think we said 11 at the break. Tends to happen every now and again. He misses the first one. And the other thing, too, is, you know, a guy like him has been brought in, just like Teddy Allen, that when the game is getting tough and on the line, they expect those guys to perform particularly. So, you know, expect that intensity to pick up here as the game goes on.
Yeah, and I think it's really critically important. But at the same time, the other guys have to continue to contribute, not only on the defensive end, but also on offense.
Here's Vancouver now. Joyner gets it inside to Parolin. He's having a great game tonight. Parolin has the ball knocked out, last touched by Winnipeg, says the referee, so it will remain Vancouver basketball. Follow us at CEB League on all social platforms to stay up to date on stats, storylines, and more for all 10 teams in Canada's Basketball Pro League. Again, that is CEB League on all social platforms. Ball knocked out after a missed shot. It's gained by Jarkel Joyner. He's been the most dangerous bandit on the floor. He's working on Moon. A couple of star guards going head-to-head, and it's Jarkel Joyner coming out on top in that battle.
It's a tough one, and Moon's a good defender, but he had to give him a little space because Joyner can go by you, and when he did, he gets that little in-between jump shot, that mid-range.
4-point game again. Winnipeg leads it. DJ Burns, relatively quiet tonight, changes that there and getting a couple of points.
Nice post up. He took advantage of Brown on the inside. A little bit bigger, a little stronger.
First field goal of tonight's game. In the last 3 games, he's been averaging just shy of 16 points a game. And there's an over and back violation for Vancouver.
And Winnipeg has dug in a little bit more defensively in the last 4 or 5 possessions. I mean, they had that one, you know, Vancouver had that one nice jumper on the mid-range shot against Moon, but they've dug in, they've got some steals, they got some takeaways. They're coming with a little more intensity, and I think that's critically important.
Osborne inbounding the ball at the sideline, gets it into Burns. Moon guarded at half. Gibbons giving no room, and for good reason. Now he's got Karnik, blows by him in traffic. Gonna draw the foul there. Hard to get in position defensively with these guards tonight.
Gibbons did a great job in terms of denying Moon the inbounds off the pass, and then he did a great job on the pass back from Burns. But then Winnipeg runs that little screen, and Vancouver's switching everything. And as soon as there was the mismatch, I mean, Karnik had no hope at all in staying in front of Moon. And Moon just went by him and drew the contact and gets to the line to shoot a pair.
And Moon gets the first one to fall here.
I think the key, Joey, we have to watch is Winnipeg is defensively have played a little bit better. They've taken some of the steam out of Vancouver in the last couple minutes. We'll see if they can continue to do that. If they can control them, get them in the little quarter court, and not give up all those screen and roll things.
Yeah, Moon 75% from the free throw line tonight. All 4 of those foul shots coming here early in the third quarter. Here's Given stepping back, thought about it, gets it to Karnik and quickly takes it right back, drives to the basket, puts it up, can't get it to fall. Karnik with the rebound, and he will get it to go with the friendly roll.
And again, Winnipeg, much better job, but what happens? Karnik, another offensive rebound, another second chance opportunity for the Bandits.
Moon finds an angle, puts it up, nope. Brown with the rebounds. Here's Pandy working on Osborne. A couple of elite Canadians going head-to-head. Givens now with 10 on the shot clock. Takes the screen. Looking for Pandy. It's intercepted by Osborne. Here he goes on the run. Nice layup there as he read the defense perfectly.
And there it is, defense creating offense, what the Sea Bears do best.
And this is what Osborne does particularly well. He is a glue guy here. He's an anchor on the defense, and he can get it done offensively too. And he tends to get them at big times. That is one of them. Givens on Moon. Pulls up at the elbow. No. And the ball punched up, I believe it was by Karnik off the shot clock, so that will be Winnipeg basketball, and Simon Hildebrandt will check in for Winnipeg.
And you can see that Winnipeg's changed how they're guarding the screen and roll here in the third quarter. So what they're doing is they're going under all those screens. Because Vancouver hasn't looked at all to shoot coming over the top, so they're not shooting off any of those pick and roll opportunities. They're trying to do everything to get to the rim. So Winnipeg has said, okay, we're going to give you that space. We'll go underneath everything, where they're going to try to cut them off and not let them get downhill. And so far it's worked.
This Western Conference game is presented by Cal Tire. Michael Mulder back into the game here for Vancouver. Here's Teddy Allen going right through the middle. Can't get it, can't find a space, has the ball knocked away. A steal for Vancouver. Karnik gets it out to Joyner, who has Allen on him. Takes the screen from Karnik, gets the switch. Parolin now. 9 seconds on the shot clock. Finds the pass he's looking for, and that's Knight the third getting on the board.
Nice back cut there, good pass, good hit. Vancouver looking a little differently in the front court for that possession.
They had a couple players that weren't too active in the first half, getting some points here in this third quarter. Osborne gets the switch over Karnik, clanks that. Knight the third going to track it down. Mulder picks up his dribble, gets it inside to Knight. Parolin now on Hildebrandt, goes hard, and that is going to be an offensive foul. Simon Hildebrandt in great position. Parolin very aggressive on that one.
Yeah, I mean, they really attack Simon. They've done that a number of times tonight, and this time he just threw the call. I mean, a great play by Simon, and Parolin just steamrolls him over. A bad decision there.
Just a good read here for Simon Hildebrandt. And we've got a timeout here, so we're going to take a quick break. Stay with us. You're watching CEBL Basketball live on CBC Gem, CEBL Plus, and YouTube. Catch all the exciting basketball here at the Canada Life Center in downtown Winnipeg as part of Sea Bears Summer. Pick up your tickets by visiting cbears.ca/tickets or scan that QR code at the bottom of your screen. Not too many games left. They've got a game Saturday, and then they've got a game, I believe, on the 31st. And then the next home games will be right here in Canada Life Center. How many will there be? Well, we got to wait to find out. A win here will go a long way. Vancouver also eyeing that top spot in the West, as they are a game back on Winnipeg. Last time they were here, they lost by 33 points. Does not look like that'll be the case tonight. And here's Moon with a shot, no good. Tillman couldn't get the rebound. Michael Mulder secures it for the Bandits. Parolin looking for Karnik. Was great position on Hildebrandt, and he's going to slam it home. Hildebrandt looked like he might have taken some contact in the face, but that was a great, powerful closeout.
Yeah, it was a great play there by Karnik, but he just runs straight to the rim. That's what Vancouver does. They rim run, and then they post up deep, and, you know, you got to be physical on the inside, and Karnik is a physical big man.
Yeah, 4-point game. Allen gets it out to Hildebrandt. Shot fake. He's going to go up, and it's going to be an offensive foul. Tegan Rosh, our sideline reporter, has an update for us. Tegan, what do you got?
Joey, during that timeout, Coach Mike Rambeau was hard to hear, but he was drawing out a lot of plays to get the guys doing some more threes, so looking to extend their lead just a little bit quicker.
Thank you, Tegan. It's a 4-point ball game here. Fans not agreeing with the call on Simon Hildebrandt.
It looked like a pretty good call on a second look for sure. Yeah, they ran that little Iverson action over the top for Moon coming out of the timeout.
That shot
couldn't get it to go.
No good shot from Mulder. Drives baseline, gets the return pass, and he gets it in over Hildebrandt. That was a tough one.
And again, it's a second chance opportunity. Offensive rebound, right? Part of the bread and butter of this Bandits team.
Allen tries to go up with it, has the ball knocked down. It's going to be a foul here against Vancouver. Rans Brempong does not agree with the call, thought it was a clean swipe.
Yeah, but like, you know, you and I've talked about this so many times. We'll see, there's not, okay, on the replay, that's not even close to being clean. But anytime a guy swats down on the ball like that with that kind of ferocity, referees are going to call it. It's just a thing.
Teddy Allen doesn't have a point yet in the third quarter. He had 18 at the break. He remains there. Xavier Moon has put in 3 points since then.
But he's probably going to walk. Oh, he misses that one. He's missing almost one a game lately, eh? He's been really fast often. I think I told you this a couple weeks ago. He's been really fast when he goes to the line sometimes on his first free throw, and he was again there.
Yeah, you brought that up last game as he hits that one. Yeah. But, you know, that's an area, too, where he hits it at a high clip, but this is not the time of year where you want to start doubting yourself at the foul line. But he's got that one. 65-62 is your score. Jarkel Joyner high off the glass. Difficult one, but he's got the touch. It's a 1-point ball game. Winnipeg leading it. Vancouver still yet to lead in this ball game. This is as close as they've gotten. Allen for 3. No. And here's a chance for Vancouver to take their first lead of the game here as we have 2:45 left in the third. Knight loses the ball, and it's Jeremiah Tillman picking it up in traffic, and there's going to be a jump ball called there. Parolin and Karnik have just really, it's been carnage down low. They made it so tough on Jeremiah Tillman Jr. here in this middle quarters.
Coach Rainbow not overly happy with that call. He thought there was a lot of contact and foul. When you look at the replay, he might have been right, but referees are going to go with the jump ball, and it's going to stay Vancouver possession.
Yeah, they've been fighting all night. This is, you know, your players to watch were Tyrese Samuel and Jeremiah Tillman Jr., but as Tillman gets the steal, but their bigs have all been playing great. Here's Allen, nearly loses it, has to go up with it. In traffic, doesn't get the basket, but he will go to the line for 2, and that will go against James Karnik. Karnik now picks up his second foul.
And Teddy loses possession here, and he picks it up again and then spins in. There's a lot of contact there early, and there's contact there on the arms. And Coach Brempong not happy with the officiating. But it does have the feel of a very important game. It has a feel of a playoff game. Both teams are bringing lots of energy. Coaches are into it. Players are into it. No, it's a great watch.
So Tillman coming off here for a break. He's got 12 points tonight. He's played 13 minutes and 52 seconds so far as Allen cashes in the first one. So he's got 20 points for a second straight night. And he gets that second one to go as well. That'll bring in Isaiah Osborne for Simon Hildebrand.
So the Sea Bears going a little smaller right now with, they're going to play Burns and Acott at the 4-5 spot. So Vancouver's big with the two bigs with Parolin and Karnik out there, and Winnipeg's going a little bit smaller and a little more active, and we'll see what happens. And actually looked like they were going to pick up full court, but in the end they just slipping back into the quarter court.
Moon back into the game for Jelani Watson-Gale. He's got 13 points here tonight. Jarkel Joyner trying to add to his total, misses that one, and it goes out of bounds.
And again, Vancouver's going to get possession. Another offensive rebound, another possession for them. But Winnipeg is, I think we're going to get help coming in. I think it's going to go the other way.
And there's the goal reverse. Yeah, there was, in those moments too, David, you can tell when they're trying to sell the call and when they know it's the wrong call, right? That one seemed the passion behind everybody in that one. I think the ref just didn't have a clear view on that, so good on them to reconvene and get the right call.
But you could see that Winnipeg is really challenging Vancouver to beat them from the three-point line now. They're going under everything, and they're saying, hey, we're going to give you all the space you want, and Vancouver isn't even looking.
Less than 2 to play here in the third quarter. Teddy Allen relatively quiet here in the third quarter. That pass intercepted. It's Karnik picking it up, and here comes Jarkel Joyner. Right at Moon, misses it. Karnik misses the follow-up. And there's going to be 2 shots here to Vancouver. Acott frustrated.
And I think they're going to call it on the rebound with Karnik going to the rim. We'll get an opportunity to have a look here. Joyner's going to miss on the Moon and over the top, and Acott. We didn't get a really good look at it there, but it looked like there was contact on the elbow against Karnik, and Karnik could get a chance to go to the line.
Jarkel Joyner a little gingerly grabbing his arm here.
I think he went down pretty hard on his elbow.
Yeah, looks like he's going to get a quick break here as Shamar Givens will check back into the game. He looks okay. I don't want to alarm Bandits fans.
No, but he did go down hard.
Going to take a break here as Karnik goes to the line for 2. The fans going to do what they can to try and throw him out. And it works on the first one.
Fans feel happy. They feel like they've done something now.
Karnik able to cash it in. It's getting loud in here as the game goes on. The fans know how important this game is for their Sea Bears, and they would love to come to as many playoff games as possible. This is a team that is yet to win a playoff game in its existence, but this is one of the best rosters we've seen put together for the Winnipeg Sea Bears. Here's Acott going inside. Knocks over Karnik. That gives some space for Burns, who doesn't get the roll. Fighting for the rebound. Karnik is the one coming in with it. Might not look it on TV, but he is massive. And here's a flush from Michael Mulder. My goodness.
What a take off the wing.
That came out of nowhere.
In transition, yeah, but he went to the rim with tremendous confidence and threw that one down.
Mulder has 4 points in this one. A lot of powerful points from Vancouver. They're making statements on these baskets.
Oh, wow. And
going to be a foul here.
They're going to call that an intentional foul against Acott. I mean, Acott, a frustration play. He took a bad shot. The 3 wasn't what Winnipeg needed. Vancouver on the run out, and we're going to get an opportunity to see it. And, yeah, he just grabs around and doesn't make a play on the ball according to the official. And Vancouver's going to have a chance to take their first lead and get the ball.
It is a tie game. Knight with a chance to give Vancouver their first lead. That Mulder dunk really fired up Vancouver and brought this place down a level. And Knight misses the first.
Not even close there.
So Vancouver struggling in the line here in the third quarter. There's a minute left in the third. And Knight misses both. Opportunity missed, but they do get possession.
Teddy Allen having a laugh with Knight there.
Givens dumps it inside. Karnik has it knocked away. Sea Bears have it here. 50 seconds left in the third quarter. Moon crosses up. Givens gets Karnik. They've been okay with that switch. It's been working relatively well. Here's Moon. Now he blows by Karnik. Gets it out to the corner. Hildebrandt for three. Cans it!
Great play by Moon there. He had an opportunity to go early. He took his time, reset, attacked the second time, found a wide open Hildebrandt in the corner.
Massive three for the Sea Bears. Opportunity missed for the Bandits. Givens looking for a response. He goes right at it. 2 points and the foul. Shamar Givens with a huge response. Bandits fans, bring the energy every night, and you can be a part of it this season. Tickets are available by scanning the QR code on the screen or at bandits.ca/tickets. As Lloyd Pandy checks back into the game here, Michael Mulder going to get a break, but that was the most impactful shift from Mulder here tonight.
Yeah, no question. The interesting thing, Vancouver had the chance to take the game, the night on the line, then they had possession. They didn't get it. Winnipeg goes down the other way, makes a three, and now Vancouver, with that free throw, ties it back up once again.
Still have not had the lead. They gave up a golden opportunity when Jordan Knight missed 2 free throws on an intentional foul from Emmanuel Acott. 10 seconds left in the quarter. It's Xavier Moon with it. Looking for the screen from Hildebrandt. 5. He's working on Peril, and he's got to get it up. 1 second. Here it goes. And no. So after 3 quarters, we are tied at 70. The Bandits have clawed their way time and time again back into this one. They've not gotten the lead, but they are tied here in good position going into the fourth, and it is coming up next. Stay with us. You're watching CEBL Basketball live on CEBL Plus, CBC Gem, and YouTube.
You don't just fuel your body. You fuel your drive. We're not here to preach hustle. We're here for the ones who show up. You know who you are. The moms who make mornings feel like magic. The runners lacing up before the scroll. The dreamers writing it down before it's real. And we're here for you. Real fruit, real fuel. Booster Juice. Fuel for what's next.
Did you know that every CEBL game ends on a game-winning bucket? Yep, every single one. That's because we use something called target score ending, a thrilling twist that keeps fans locked in till the final shot. So what is the target score ending? Here's how it works. The first time the clock stops with 4 minutes or less left in the fourth quarter, the game clock is turned off. We enter target score time. We take the leading team's score, add 9 points, and that becomes the target score. Let's say it's 91-80. That means the first team to hit 100 wins. No ticking clock, no intentional fouls, just pure clutch basketball. It's fast, it's electric, and it guarantees that every game ends with a bang. Experience the target score ending this CEBL season.
Time now for our cruise of the game presented by Cal Tire. Simon Hildebrandt having a quietly good game here tonight with this putback. That's 2 of his 14 points. He's 5 for 6 from the field in just 16 minutes of play. He's had some nice shots, a 3 here late in that third quarter, but that's probably his nicest 2 points of tonight, Dave Crook.
Yeah, he's really played I'm trying to look for the right word. Trying to find the word. Like, he's played within himself. He hasn't tried to do too much, right? He's taken shots when they presented themselves. He's had some open threes. He's done some good things. He's been active. He's tried to move his feet, and he made a great play there, following up Teddy Allen on the break with the flush.
He's not one to force things, that's for sure, and his role can go from, night to night, something different. See, they're starting with the first possession of the game. Or the game, rather, the fourth quarter. My goodness. And that's knocked away. It's going to remain Winnipeg basketball. Tegan Rasha has an update for us. Tegan, what do you got?
Joey, the vibe on the Bandits bench was a team that is dialed in. Coach Brempom was telling them to keep it up, keep the pace, and focus on picks and getting those rebounds.
Thank you, Tegan. Yeah, that's going to be key here moving forward.
That's what they've done so far.
Here's Xavier Moon. Nice skip pass to Hildebrandt. Too strong on that one. Tillman Jr. goes hard to the deck. It's going to be a shot clock violation as he secured the rebound.
And just after we're saying all those nice things about Hildebrandt, he misses one. That one was a little longer than what he's done. He was about 3 or 4 feet off the line there. And just a little strong. Nice play by Tillman to come up with the ball, but he just didn't have enough time to make something happen. And once again, Vancouver has a big possession opportunity to take their first lead.
Again, it's evaded them all game. They just have not been able to get over that hump. And here, Winnipeg, at this point, you certainly do not want them to get over that hump after keeping them away so long and build this confidence as we get closer to target score time. But this is a great game. These are two teams that scored nearly 100 points. They're both at 70 right now in the fourth quarter. Jarkel Joyner for 3, no. Pandy chases down the rebound and gets it off Allen to go out of bounds. Nice play there by Lloyd Pandy to keep it in Vancouver's hands.
And again, another second chance. This looks like a lot of contact here. Wow, I'm surprised they didn't call that. Moon didn't do anything, and Joyner really rocked him.
Oh, sure. A coach that doesn't know why a ref made a call, eh? I haven't heard that one before. No, you're totally right. Here's Mulder now going up. He has really had a much more active role in this second half. Vancouver fighting for those 50-50 battles. Finally, Teddy Allen will settle it down for Winnipeg. Again, though, Vancouver can take the lead. Allen. Pandy getting back on him. Elite defender on an elite scorer. Let's see how this goes. Here's Allen with the fadeaway. And he cans it. Big shot from Teddy Buckets.
Unbelievable. Vancouver had three opportunities on the offensive end. Come up empty, and then Teddy Allen goes down and hits that one.
Joyner gets it to Karnik. This is a good matchup here. Karnik getting it out to Parolin for 3. No. Allen has the ball knocked around. It goes into Pandy's hands. So a 50-50 battle won for Vancouver. That 3 no good. Parolin with another rebound. Vancouver really working hard, but they cannot get this lead. Can they get it here? Joyner gonna step back mid-range at the baseline. No. Allen finally gets that after it's rolled around his fingertips a bunch of times.
I mean, it's unbelievable, the energy and the effort Vancouver's putting in, but Winnipeg is basically matching them on every single possession.
Allen, no. I mean, this is a gritty game. The points are harder to come by as it goes on. Really getting that playoff feel. You can tell these teams are feeling it. Karnik, it goes in hard with the slam. My goodness, we are tied again.
And again, that screener roll game, and that time he took it hard and took off, flew to the rim and threw that one down.
Moon flies through the lane, Flowetry in motion.
And they just seem to answer every single time. Winnipeg has done an amazing job doing that.
They would love to see a run, though. They've gotten the stops, but that's when they don't get the scores. What do they have here? Vancouver looking for a response down 2, and they lose the ball. Jarkel Joyner has it stripped by Hildebrandt. Hildebrandt goes right at Parolin. Parolin playing him physical. That is the report. And here he is for 3. No, Parolin secures that board.
Winnipeg letting those opportunities slip to spread it open.
Joyner on Hildebrandt. Little stutter step. Finds himself in the key around 3 defenders, and he travels as he was trying to find Mulder.
Every time you feel that Vancouver's going to make that play, and they haven't done it all night. The scary part is they keep getting opportunities, but Winnipeg has stood up and stood strong in all those situations.
As we get into a timeout, let's take a look at what's coming up for these teams. Vancouver Bandits return home to host the Saskatoon Mamba at the Envision Financial Court at Langley Events Center this Saturday in what could be a first-round playoff matchup. Tip-off for that one is 6 o'clock Pacific time, 7 o'clock Central Standard. For the Sea Bears this Saturday, the Sea Bears will welcome the Brampton Honey Badgers to the Canada Life Center for their second meeting of the season. Catch the action live coast to coast on CBC National. Tip-off for that one is 2:30 Central Daylight Time, 3:30 Eastern. And there's some special guests here, Dave Crook, in the crowd tonight. Teddy Allen played for the Leicester Riders in the then British Basketball League. This is the Han family. They've come all the way up from Leicester to visit Teddy. This is the second of 3 games. That's little Noah. Noah actually gave me this little duck here. I'll show it to you whenever we get on camera. No rush to get us on here, but I got my lucky duck, courtesy of Noah. They've kept in contact with Teddy. They've seen him play in the States. Here's my little duck. I got to make sure I don't lose it. So, Noah, if you see it, I'm putting the little lucky duck here in my inner pocket. But it's so cool to see, you know, the global reach that this league has, that they want to come and see Teddy Allen. They saw him play in the G League. They wanted to come to Winnipeg and see him play here. It's really cool to see the connection he's made with that
nice
family.
They came over last game. They talked to us. And they watch every game, and it was really cool.
Well, I'm going to talk a little bit more about it next game, but there was a pregame meal made before that 54-point outburst. That was his favorite when he lived with them for a while in London. As Noah put it, he came over for dinner one time and never left. Here's Allen for 2, no good. And yeah, what a dandy. At least you got that first game out of the way, right, where you see a historic performance made it worth the trip. Everything now is gravy. Samuel trying to split his defenders, gets tripped up, but it's still 2 points. I believe that was Pandy that got that. My sight line was blocked.
Winnipeg not moving their feet there defensively. They just weren't engaged.
Moon has Parolin on him. He's going to back it out and reset you with 13 seconds on the shot clock. Parolin right on him. And Parolin has been told to play physical. I mean, he is really leaning into the physicality of this game.
Well, what they're doing, they're really, if Moon gives the ball up there, they're really doing everything they can to deny it. And you got a 6'9" guy who's like 245 pounds out there on Xavier Moon, and he just was not relenting.
Well, doing a good job. He only has 2 fouls, so might as well play physical and try to disrupt the Sea Bears offense here as we're tied 74-74. Parolin has the face guarding with Moon here as Moon's getting a little frustrated. Here's Acott now. 1 on the shot clock, has to get it up. He does, but he clanks it. And here's an opportunity for Vancouver, who is now locking down Xavier Moon here. And Teddy Allen will probably be looked to see activated, but they are locking those 2 up. Can they get their first lead, Dave? 74-74. Brown with it. Nice pass to Samuel. Finds Parolin, who goes up, and he misses the dunk. But that's going to be a foul on DJ Burns.
And again, the screen and roll. Winnipeg has to get into rotation. They don't do a good job. They miss the closeout. And we'll see Samuel makes the pass. Parolin comes right down the lane. Acott's late, and Burns has to foul. Reaches in. And Vancouver, with 5:40 to go, may take their first lead.
And Jeremiah Tillman Jr. back into the game here for DJ Burns. Tillman Jr. has 3 fouls too, so we're near the halfway point of the 4th quarter. So a chance for Parolin, who's been playing very good here. He's been very aggressive and has been very effective at slowing down the Stars, and he has a chance to put Vancouver up. And there it is, the first lead of the game for Vancouver with 5:42 left in the 4th.
And they're playing confidently. They really came in here determined. They've done a great job. They've had a great game plan, and they stuck with it, and it's been successful.
And Vancouver leads by 2. Parolin has 7 points and 7 boards and has really played a great role here for Vancouver in this 4th quarter, allowing them to get back in the lead, or I should say back in the lead for the first time.
And done a good job defensively, moved his feet.
He's guarding some quick guards. Like, this is impressive. Here he is on Osborne, again getting in the way of the shot, and Winnipeg comes up empty. Givens working on Moon, gets the screen from Samuel right into Tillman, and he gets the steal. That's Moon. Here he is on the run over to Teddy. Teddy reverse, doesn't get the roll. That was a tough one. And here comes Vancouver now with numbers. Jordan Knight going right at Tillman, finds a wide open Brown in the corner. Here's the 3, and he cans it. Timeout Winnipeg.
That's one of the first looks that Vancouver's had at the 3-point line. Wide open, their best shooter. He knocks it down, and all of a sudden it's a 5-point gap. And Winnipeg finding it hard to find ways to score.
Vancouver has played from behind all game. Parolin hit 2 foul shots to take the lead, and now it's extended to 5 thanks to that Tevin Brown 3-pointer.
But they've done really good things. They've done good things defensively. They've been aggressive. Winnipeg had a great stop there. They had the chance to come back and tie it back up. They go down in transition. Moon gives it up to Allen. It wasn't a great exchange between the two of them. It wasn't clean. Teddy forced one up into some contact, but not enough for the referees to blow the whistle. he misses, and then you could just see Coach Brentpong. He's waving them down. Get down in a hurry. They push the ball in transition, and they end up with their first look from the three-point line, and they knock it down.
That's only Brown's 5th point. He only has 5.
Yeah.
Right? Like, and this is the thing, is guys that have been relatively quiet on the scoreboard are now coming in at the biggest times. You know, we've seen Parolin pick up his play. Now you got Tevin Brown hitting some big shots. I mean, Winnipeg's getting their scoring. There's 3 players on the floor currently with double digits. Acott has 5 rebounds, 4 points. Osborne, 4 points, 1 rebound, and no assists. I mean, this is 2 games now for Osborne where I think he'd like to get out of this little bit of a slump that he's had here at home.
Yeah, he just
played really well.
He just can't seem to get anything to go down. He's had some open looks, hasn't made anything. Let's see what they do here coming out of the timeout.
Defensively, he's had some big stops here, but he would love to contribute a little bit more on the offensive end. Winnipeg playing down 5. We are less than a minute away from the target score window. The first whistle after the 4-minute mark will bring target score time. Teddy Allen on night gets it out to Acott. Tillman Jr., quick handoff to Moon. Great defensive play from Shamar Gibbons. He has a lane. Drops it off to Brown, who is now heating up. He's got 7. And they are leading.
What a play by Gibbons, sir. He got his hands in, broke up that play, stripped Moon off that handoff from Tillman.
7-point lead for Vancouver. At a great time to have their first lead here. They do not want to relent it now. It'll be a defensive game for Vancouver from here on in. Teddy Allen working on Parolin. Gets it over to Acott for 3. No. Winnipeg gone cold.
Acott just, I mean, right now, Acott and Osborne can't make anything. Like, they just can't. They have 8 points between the 2 of them, and they've had some good looks, and they just can't make anything happen. In the meantime, Xavier Moon's called for a little foul there, for a little push on the end line. It's not going to matter because it's only the second of the quarter for Sea Bears, and it gives them, at least it slows Vancouver down from Winnipeg's perspective.
Teddy Allen, only 5 points in this quarter. He's 38% from the field today, 8 for 21. Tyree Samuel takes it to the rack.
Wow, what a take. That's unbelievable. Coming off that screen and roll, he just goes down the lane and just hammered a dunk. But Vancouver immediately fouls because we're at target score time. And they've got a big gap, biggest of the game.
Stay with us. Target score time is next. You're watching CBL Basketball live on CEBL Plus, CBC Gem, and YouTube.
Let's bring it on. It's game time. It's showtime. Oh, and it goes. Nick Hornby. Here's Oakland for the win. You gotta love a Canadian boost. Two hands. Me. Oh, what a block from behind.
Next bucket wins. Target score time is the best time of a game. The energy, the drama.
And anything can happen. Oh my goodness! Can you believe this guy?
Big players step up in big times. He is cooking.
Welcome back inside Canada Life Center. Target score time about to get underway. The Vancouver Bandits 9 points away from the target. The Winnipeg Sea Bears 9 points back of Vancouver. They've got some heavy work here after holding the lead, Dave Crook, for pretty much the entire game until late in the 4th quarter when Vancouver got the lead and never looked back.
As Brentpong said at halftime, we just got to stay the course. We got to do what we're doing. And that's exactly what they've done. They've just been relentless. They've just done the same thing over and over and over. They've run the pick and roll. They've tried to score in transition. And they just broke the Sea Bears down. And in the end, they've got a huge lead going into target score.
Allen, Moon, Osborne, Tillman Jr., and Hildebrandt out there for Winnipeg. Allen puts up a 3. That's a big one.
Teddy got a little space, and that's dangerous, and he knocked it down.
Samuel Brown, Knight III, Gibbons, and Parolin out there for Vancouver. This has a playoff feel. Here's a shot. Tevin Brown for 3, and he cans it.
it.
Wow, confidence, eh? He hadn't done anything forever, and he makes a couple, and now he looks lights out.
Allen looking for another response. Has the ball in the Russian spot, can't get it out, and here comes Vancouver with numbers. Here's Brown on the run. My goodness, this has been the quarter of Tevin Brown. He's got 10.
Transition, Vancouver, they're just doing it, they don't stop.
Pardon me, he's got 12. He only had 2 points coming into the fourth quarter. 10 points in the fourth. And Teddy Allen loses the ball. Tillman Jr. going down, holding his head, maybe his eye here, and kicking around.
You know what? Vancouver's just playing harder. They're just competing. Well, there's an opportunity to see it here. There's some contact there. The ball comes free. Oh, yeah, and it was a reach in from Brown, and he accidentally caught Tillman across the face. You can see it on the replay there. But Vancouver is just playing with more emotion, more energy, and they're just playing harder. And right now, they're the better team on the floor.
Yeah, Tillman Jr. going to be okay. Simon Hildebrandt waved off the trainer. Emmanuel Aycott going to come in for Hildebrandt here. But you're not kidding. I mean, this is a team that is playing from behind. Like, this is that subtle difference when you are in the lead and when you have a target on your back. And right now, you can tell the Sea Bears are the team with the target on their back, and Vancouver's got them lined up.
Vancouver's, and Vancouver, basically since the start of the second quarter, have controlled the way the game has gone. They've controlled the tempo. Winnipeg kept the lead for 2 of those quarters, but Vancouver was relentless, and they just kept doing the things that they wanted to do. They tilted the game, and now they've got a lead, and they've got a big lead, and they've got an opportunity. They're only 4 points away.
4 points away from the target. Winnipeg has only lost 1 game inside Canada Life Centre this year. That was to Calgary just a couple of weeks ago. Givens going to take it right at Moon with the offhand, puts up 2, and Vancouver is 2 points away from walking out with a win and tying the record with Winnipeg. This is going to be one heck of a race down the stretch. Here's Allen trying to save here whatever he can for the Sea Bears. Osborne for 3. No, and this has been the story of the second half for the Sea Bears, who are well below their season average at 77 points. Here's Vancouver with a chance for the win. It's Jordan Knight inside, out to Brown for 3! No! And it's Moon corralling the rebound. That would have been a fitting end if he got that basket. Here's Moon with a quick shot, no. Hildebrandt with a big rebound. With the fight, gonna draw the foul on Givens. It'll be a possession at the baseline.
Nice play by Simon Hildebrandt to get his hands on that ball. And you can see there's all kinds of contact all over his body. But Winnipeg has to make stops now.
Big time.
And it's going to be tough.
Well, I thought
the way Vancouver's going, it's not easy.
I thought with Tevin Brown, the way he's been playing this fourth quarter, when he put that shot up, I thought that was game. So Winnipeg lives to see another possession, and Hildebrandt saved it even after they didn't get the shot. It was a quick shot from Moon. Moon's going to inbound it at the baseline. A lot of work left here for the Sea Bears. As Allen gets knocked over here, it's going to be an off-ball foul. I think this is going to go against Brown, or was it a slip?
No, I think they're just calling a slip. Yeah. I think they just blew the whistle because sweat on the floor. I think he stepped on a foot coming over the top. I didn't see a whole lot of contact, and he doesn't seem overly upset.
Yeah, well, he's not happy with the split spots on the floor here, so he's calling for the towel. In the past, he used to take it himself. He's relented from that this time around, where he take the broomstick and take care of himself. But yeah, no, this is a huge hill to climb for the Sea Bears. It's 15 points from the target, just 2 for Vancouver. So Vancouver looking poised to come out with the win. Yeah.
He didn't even step on a foot. It was just his foot slipped out from underneath him on a wet spot. Yeah, no, I mean, Vancouver has just done an amazing job. They've really played great basketball. And, you know, if they come away with a victory, they totally deserve it.
Well,
because they were able to stay on course.
Jarkel Joyner, 24 points, 3 assists, and a rebound, leading all scorers in this one. Sorry, second only Teddy Allen, but he's leading the Bandits. Allen is 26. Moon gets it into Aycott in the paint. Osborne calling for the screen, working on Tyrese Samuel. Samuel knocks the ball out of bounds, and last touched by Isaiah Osborne. Vancouver with a chance to win it.
Boy, it's been a struggle for Osborne.
Here's Shamar Givens to Tyrese Samuel. Samuel looking for the game. Doesn't get it. Here's Karnik. And Vancouver is back. A massive win for the Bandits inside Canada Life Center. They take this one 92-77. And we've got a tie at the top spot of the West. The celebration from last game is snuffed. Vancouver has a whole bunch of momentum here with 3 games left in the regular season. These teams meet one more time on August 2nd. And Dave Crook, that might be the game that decides who finishes at top of the West.
Yeah, no question. This is a fitting finish. Vancouver got another offensive rebound and another putback. Karnik just powers through everybody and finishes up the rim.
Just a reminder, Mitch Creek is on the active roster. He was not in the lineup tonight. If he comes back, this is a dangerous, dangerous team. A bit of a reality check here for the Sea Bears after what was a very convincing win against Montreal just a few days ago on Sunday. They got to get through this one quick. They have one practice tomorrow, and they are back at it Saturday afternoon against the Brampton Honey Badgers, who are in a race of their own right now.
Now this is you're going to see that last basket here, and Karnik's just working on the inside, and he just powers, goes right through Acott, gets the rebound and finishes. But Vancouver they did exactly what they needed to do, and they trailed for the first 32 minutes of the game, but they never stopped. They just believed in the game plan. They executed the game plan time and time and time again, and in the end, they come away with the victory.
So here we are. We've got our Booster Juice player of the game. It's Jarkel Joyner, joined by Tyrese Samuel. Here's Tegan Rasha.
Jarkel, both you and the Sea Bears battled all game long, but what changed in those last 6 minutes?
First of all, I want to get a shout out to God. God is good, but we came in locked. We executed the game plan. Coach Rance and the coach staff had a great game plan. We came in. We was locked from the jump. We knew how big this game was. Came and got the dub.
And a good game for you, 24 points. How did the pressure of this game impact your game?
It's not pressure, but just knowing it's good competition on the other side. Xavier Moon, me and him talk all the time. I know what competitor he is, so I got to be ready to go when it comes to him and Teddy all the time. You know, them dudes are really good, so we had to come with it.
You have just a handful of games left. How does a win like this impact the rest of your season?
Oh, real big, real big. We know we see him in a couple days, so we got to keep going.
All right, good luck. Congratulations.
He was here today. Y'all stay tuned. Appreciate it.
All right, thank you, Tegan. Yeah, Spider-Man gets the best of Deadpool and Wolverine in this one as the comic book superhero theme continues in the CEBL. But a huge win. It cannot be overstated just how big this is for Vancouver. They've dealt with a ton of adversity this season. They've had a coach removed. Kyle Julia is still there as general manager. Rans Brempong is doing an amazing job. They've had their ups and downs, right? This hasn't been a smooth sail. No. They've lost some big games to Calgary. I mean, and those losses to Calgary, 3 straight losses to Calgary. I mean, Winnipeg's not immune to that either.
Right.
But to come here and in that playoff atmosphere, because there's still a chance they have to play inside this building.
Yes.
And the last game of the regular season's a win. Regardless of where it's played, if it is here, they're going to be very confident in the playoffs, knowing they can win in this building, which is very hard.
No question. They showed it today, and they're a tough matchup. They've got great speed. They're big. They're athletic. They run hard. They do, and I mean, Winnipeg has to find some answers. What they did do as the game wore on is they said to Vancouver, go ahead, shoot the 3 ball. They gave them opportunities, and they didn't look like they wanted to do it. Brown knocked that one down in transition, but in the front court, they didn't even look to attempt one in the second half, basically. So that's going to, that's going to be the way that Winnipeg's going to have to stop them, because they can't deal with that downhill drives from those speedy little guards.
Yeah, no kidding. Just taking a look at the out-of-town scoreboard. The Saskatoon Mamba right now, we're up 29-21. This is in the second quarter against the Brampton Honey Badgers. The Honey Badgers, of course, coming to Winnipeg in just, less than 48 hours. They'll be here playing for on Saturday afternoon, 2:30 tip-off for that one. And the Sea Bears have to put this one behind them. Plenty to take away on the film,
no question.
But you've got to flush any of the negative emotions, because I think, if you're looking at a silver lining, for the Sea Bears in this loss at home, is that you're not invincible, not at home. Right. And just because Xavier Moon here doesn't mean that these wins are going to come automatically.
Oh, no, you have to play. You have to earn it. And Vancouver earned earned the win tonight. They executed their game plan. They were smart. They were aggressive. They dictated tempo. Winnipeg didn't dictate tempo for 3 quarters.
Yeah.
You're not going to win many games, no matter where you're playing, if that's the way you play.
Yeah, and we'll take a quick break. We'll be right back and wrap this thing up. You're watching CEBL Basketball live on CEBL Plus, CBC Gem, and YouTube. The Sea Bears dropping a big one here at Canada Life Centre. Their second loss here this season to the Vancouver Bandits, 92-77.
What keeps me going? Under the heat of the sun or in the heat of the moment. When climbing for even one more second seems like too much. Whether you're reaching for your goal or busy setting new ones, everyone hits their limit, but that limit has a reset. Scientifically formulated to hydrate faster in the moments that matter. Electrolyte, instant hydration.
At Cal Tire, we're here to drive the best value around with free rotations, price match, 0% financing, and free flat repairs. We take care of it all for the life of your tires. Chat with our team at caltire.com.
The CEBL, Canada's Pro Basketball League, and redtag.ca brings Canadian basketball fans a chance to save up to $300 off on vacation bookings all season long with promo code CEBLFans. I wonder how our mascots would spend their time on vacation. Book today with Red Tag and save $300.
redtag.ca.
Welcome back inside Canada Life Centre. Not as many fans as normal has hanging around. As soon as that shot went in, it emptied here pretty quickly. Fans not accustomed to experiencing losses in this building, as we witnessed today, the Vancouver Bandits. Last time they were in this building, everything shook up. They lost by 33 points. That was the last game Kyle Julius coached. Rans Brempong comes here, gets the redemption. They hold the lead in the season series. They won the one at home as well in Vancouver. And now Winnipeg will be tasked to hand them a loss on their home court at Langley Event Center, which will be absolutely wild on August 2nd. Right now, both teams are 13-8. So they are tied at the top spot. The standings have not been updated, but I'm pretty sure Winnipeg will remain in first place with the tiebreaker in their... Oh, no, because... Never mind. It would be Vancouver because they've won. While they're tied, Vancouver has the season series lead right now, so that becomes even more important. So Vancouver... Coming in here, all the talk was about Winnipeg, and, people kind of jump into the conclusion, as I've tried to tell people, pump the brakes here. Scarborough and Winnipeg are playing great, and they've got some great rosters, but you still got to get to that point. Mm-hmm. And Winnipeg losing a big one here, it's going to be a hit to their confidence. But they have to get past it. This is the team that if they want to get to the finals, they're going to have to get through Vancouver more than likely. And this is also a team that's not won a playoff game. So, you got to put that all to the side here and regroup.
Yeah, it's got to be one step at a time. I mean, the old cliche, but that's what they have to do. They have to knuckle down. They've got to have, they got to play well against the Honey Badgers this weekend. Then they've got to, get back on track, and they've got to start playing. And I mean, that Vancouver team, put them at jeopardy. Yeah. And they played exactly how they had to play. They did what they needed to do. They didn't lose confidence. They got down. They fought back. And in the end, they came away with a convincing win.
And each team has 3 games left. It's a bit more difficult here for the Vancouver Bandits. A bit of a weird travel. They're going to go back home on Saturday. They're going to play the Saskatoon Mamba. And then that Tuesday, the 28th, they're in Montreal for a 1-game Eastern trip. and then they're back at home Sunday, August 2nd for the final game of the year at Langley Event Center against these very Sea Bears. You take a look at the Sea Bears schedule. They play here on Saturday against Brampton, and then next Friday, a week from tomorrow, they will be playing the Ottawa Blackjacks for their home finale. You and I will have that call. The next one is on CBC on Saturday, and then they will end the season in Vancouver. And as the way this is going with 3 games left, that seems like it's going to be a massive game for playoff positioning. Taking a look at the next broadcast here for the CEBL, this will be on Friday tomorrow. The River Lions are in Scarborough. That could be a playoff matchup as well. The River Lions have really come alive in the second half of the season, and they beat the Scarborough Shooting Stars earlier this year. The Ottawa Blackjacks are in Montreal playing the Alliance, and the Edmonton Stingers travel to Calgary for a Battle of Alberta, playing the Calgary Surge. The first 2 games are at 7:30 Eastern time. The third game, 9:30 Eastern, 7:30 Mountain time. Getting down to the nitty-gritty here, but looking at this, go ahead. You wanted to bring something up.
The way the standings are right now, every single game is super impactful for the playoffs.
It totally feels
unbelievable.
It's an extension of the playoffs, it feels like, especially tonight. I feel like tonight was really the start of, we are now past regular season mode. We are now in playoff mode. I don't even think it's about positioning as much as we just got to win.
You look at the Mambas game today. You look at those games in the East on Friday night. All those games are huge because it's one game apart in the Eastern playoffs. And obviously, have the Surge left it too late? Who knows? But I mean, they're battling too. So it's these next couple weeks are going to be incredible.
Great time to be a CEBL basketball fan. And as you just said, these next couple of weeks are going to be crazy because there's just about a week left of the season after this, and that will get us into the playoffs that start, I believe, the weekend of August 6th. I can't remember the exact day, but that first weekend of August, it is playoff time in the CEBL, and we have no idea what this playoff picture. And, there's always a couple of questions going in this time of year. But this one seems wild. Like, the East is unpredictable outside of Scarborough. And to an extent, so is the West. I mean, again, Calgary is the best team in the last 3 weeks, as you've said. Right? And they are not a team I'd want to meet in the playoffs. And I said this before the broadcast, and you and I were talking off the air. I think the silver lining for whoever's second in the West might not have to play Calgary. And if you're Winnipeg, not playing Edmonton might be something to help you as well, because Edmonton's come in this building and won a few playoff games. So,
but if you're Winnipeg, you got to play somebody, and it's not so you don't want to play Calgary. You don't want to play. What are you going to do?
Well, you want the Mamba.
But it's not like the Mamba have been nothing.
It's fair. But just looking at how they've fared against those two teams in the past and the present, you can't pick your opponent. It is what it is. They're not. This is us speculating, to be clear. Winnipeg doesn't care. They want to finish in first. They want to play at home. They don't care who the opponent is.
100%.
But if you're a Sea Bears fan and you're aware of the history here, Edmonton has broken hearts in this building when they weren't supposed to. And Calgary has been on a tear this season, including in this building, the only other team outside of Vancouver to win at Canada Life Centre. So, it's right now, Vancouver just took full control of their destiny. And Winnipeg here, all they can do at this point is just try to win out and find yourself back on top of the West if you want to play all your home games here at Canada Life Centre.
That's the answer, right? That's what you want to do. And it doesn't really matter who you're playing. You just want to play in this building.
Yeah, 100%. So, again, next one in this building is on Saturday against the Brampton Honey Badgers. That one is a big one for both teams now. As I said, just give you an update here before we go on the out-of-town scoreboard. They are in action right now in... Oh, and I lost the... This is awesome. Oh, here we go. They are in the second quarter, and they are currently losing. This is the Bandits, or sorry, the Honey Badgers, sorry, as we struggle with our internet. They are down 45-34, down 11 in the second quarter. So if you're done with this, tune into that. We also have the Target Score post-game live on YouTube if you care to check in on that as we wrap this up. We're done here. On behalf of our sideline reporter, Tegan Rasha, our color analyst, Dave Crook, and Candace Smith and her crew upstairs making all the magic happen, I'm Joey Slattery saying good night. See you Saturday. Enjoy the CEBL action in the meantime.
Knock 'em out the mud, knock 'em out the mud, knock 'em out the mud, knock 'em out the ground with your head up.
Time for some action.